Here we are. Here we are. We're back for another session. 3 grumpy old bastards and some beer.
Hey, I ain't grumpy tonight. I'm all right.
Hey, you're doing well then.
I'm not grumpy.
I'm sure we can change that by the end of the night.
I'm sure I will be soon.
Let's have a look. We've got the chat. Sound of Budget Guitars. How you doing, buddy? Somebody called Wired Talk.
Don't trust him.
Block, how you doing, buddy? Oh, he's just got back from Denmark. Unlucky. Uh-oh, here's trouble. Bill's here.
Oh, God. I thought we put a ban on him.
No, not yet. Not yet. The other half, my other half there, the beer wench. My better half. Mr. Hawkwind, how you doing, bud? Oh, gold. Who's let him in? All right, Taylor, how you doing, buddy?
Yes, Lisa, I did. I had an argument with the demon barber, and today I've been in church. So,
And the demon barber's name was Gwendolyn.
Yeah. And I survived. Yeah.
Survive.
Oh, dear.
Just.
How you doing, David? Oh, dear. And G's other channel, go and check it out.
Yeah.
Some fantastic covers and no music on here.
I just realised I've been on the Wired Talk profile every time I've been here. And I really should be on that one.
Yeah. And some weirdo called StreamYards lurking somewhere.
Don't like him. It's a bit of a creeper.
Yeah, can be a bit of a creep.
Yes, Bill. The church did survive me.
But only just.
I was going to go around and turn all the crosses the wrong way up, but I thought.
Yeah, but that's something all three of us would do. That.
As it was my son's wedding, I thought, no.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He did actually, when I walked in, he did actually, Liam, my boy, he actually went, Dad. I went, yes, mate. He went, behave.
Behave. Sit down, sit still, shut up.
I made it through.
What a day when the kid's got to tell the parent to behave. I mean, kid in the figurative sense, obviously, because he's a grown lad.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I should up. Does it make you feel old yet?
Mate, I've felt old for years. Well, you got to remember he's got 2 daughters, so I'm a granddad twice over as well.
Just like Gary Holt.
Yeah, just like Gary Holt. Except I haven't got Gary's money or talent. Definitely got his talent. It's quite nice to see that he's had a grandchild, though, Gary.
Yeah.
Nice, that was.
Yeah, like I say, you can just imagine the lullabies he'll be singing to her. And this one's called Bounded by Blood.
Ain't going to be going to sleep, is she?
And this next one's called The Toxic Waltz.
That's a good track to get your kids to sleep to.
Absolutely. And then have a bit of The Beatties Will Continue for him to wake up to.
Yeah. God, you can imagine if social services heard that, couldn't you?
Okay, now you will do each state. I'm saying nothing. How are you two guys been since the last stream?
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Just been taking it easy. Back went again last week.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's a regular cunt, so it's just,
Yeah.
you know.
It's not going to get any better as you get older, mate.
No. Just learn to live with it now. It's just like, oh, the back's went again. Yeah.
Okay. It's like every time I get out of bed on a holiday, the aches and pains get fucking worse and worse every day. It's like,
It does. It
Yeah.
does. It doesn't get better.
no. Oh, especially when I'm on days. It's like, oh, fuck off. It's 5:45. Go away. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Burp.
Demanding attention.
Hey. Pussies always demand attention.
Yeah, of course, it was Bill's birthday the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's doing really well for 75.
He's not looking bad for it, is he?
No.
Yeah. And Tyler's not going to be far behind him. He'll be 65.
I'm feeling old. I'm 31 in October. Tyler, shut up. 31 is not old, mate.
He's still an embryo.
You've got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, enough. Well, that's all right, because 30th of September, we've got a birthday live stream coming up. Mine.
Nice.
So I may be getting rather inebriated that stream. And yes, I have booked the Sunday morning off.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm catching you up, bloke. I'll be 53 next month.
you know the good best thing about being old? We actually heard all the good bands before all this lot started.
Exactly, yeah. We heard them all first time round.
Yeah.
We grew up with all this fucking good shit.
Bill, what you and Tyler get up, I don't know what sort of thing you and Tyler are up into, Bill. No judgment here, mate. No judgment here.
But what you do in private is your own business.
Exactly.
It's been a couple of weeks. Got a couple of videos recorded.
Yeah.
Made a new purchase. We'll let the angry Dane in. Hi, Peter. How you doing, bud? Mark, can't it? Yes, we may have made a purchase over the last couple of weeks.
That's lovely.
I like that. I do like that, mate.
So,
Especially for the price you got it for.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's always nice when you can get it at
A reasonable price.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Yeah. All will be revealed on the price when I do the video over the next week or two. And
Glad I didn't see it then.
no, don't say it.
That's one of those things that I usually would do as well. Like, oh, you got it for such and such quid. That's brilliant.
terrible for that.
I'm an 80s thrash kid. You've got to get a sharp fin roads.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're running out of dime bags guitars that you can buy, really, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to have to start buying, like, maybe go for Gary Holt and start, like, getting a few Garys.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm joining you, Peter. If I had the money to get a fully fledged Gary Holt, I would.
Yeah.
The LTD version, I think, is about 600-700 quid.
You see that?
That's not
No,
bad.
it is a lot. I know it's a lot of money, but it isn't a lot of money for what goes into it.
No, I think For the ESP version, I think you can double that easily.
Jesus.
You talked about. I was looking at vinyl earlier again,
Uh-oh.
and I found You remember Nazareth?
Yes,
The original
My
Nazareth
mate's uncle was
album.
the drummer.
Love Nazareth.
Yep.
And
True
it was
story.
a signed copy, original release on eBay for £3,000.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these people that say, "Oh, you old farts with all this original vinyl, you're just a bunch of old farts." Yeah, we might be old farts, but we've got money stashed away there.
Absolutely.
And I would sooner hear music played on a turntable.
Yeah.
Personally.
I'd hate to think how much that vinyl collection of mine is worth downstairs, because it's all original sort of 70s, 80s, 90s stuff.
A lot, mate.
Yeah.
It would be quite a lot, you know. You think what you paid for them though back in the day, where you paid for like an album,
Yeah, 5, 6.
which was not a lot really, but that price has shot up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christ, yeah. We went to I think it was HMV a few months back. Vinyl on sale, £20. Oh, fucking hell. I used to pay £5 for vinyl.
Mate, I'd say even reissues now have gone through the roof. I mean, I'm not particularly a Beatles fan, but Beatles did they did like their official box set Beatles with the mono album and the white album and all of that. They wanted £650 for the box set.
Oh.
Jesus.
I'm not saying I've got nothing against the Beatles. A lot of people like them and they're okay.
Yeah, I don't mind Odd Track. I'm not a huge Beatles fan.
But I mean, probably the Sgt. Pepper album for me was probably my favourite because it was that psychedelic era, and so I love that. But yeah, it's just gone because people are going back to vinyl. The price is skyrocketing.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Yeah, that's just like, nah. I'd never get shut at any of my old vinyl. No fucking way.
Oh, in breaking news, Headcat, which everybody knows, of course, was Lemmy, among other people, they're releasing the live album that they did in Berlin.
Oh, cool.
It comes out next week. I've pre-ordered it already. I'm getting really bad at it, mate. I'm getting addicted.
I'm seeing a theme here in an old vinyl at the minute.
I'm getting like I used to be, right? And it's no interest to a lot of the guys who are watching this. Like I used to be with mechs, obsessed, especially with getting certain mechs and stuff. That's gone out the window now. I'm now obsessed with vinyl.
I'm saying that last year. Lisa got me. Well, you got same one. The 40th anniversary Iron Fist. Both the vinyl and the CD.
Yeah.
It's like, pride of place next to the original Iron Fist.
Yeah. Yeah. That's obviously Motorhead, as people know, big thing for me. You know. So Headcat is the same. Hawkwind. That is a band I want to try and get some more of their albums. But there's so fucking many of the Hawkwind albums.
Yeah.
Yes, Lise, you are awesome. Look, I've got a t-shirt. Look.
It's a very nice t-shirt.
It is. It was bought for me by Lisa.
Jeez. Jesus. €50.
I've seen that. Oh, when we were last on holiday in May, we went to the Morecambe Indoor Market.
Yeah.
There's a guy there sells, well, a lot of them sell antiques. One of the guys that sells antiques, and he sells old vinyl as well. And he got Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets. And I think he wanted about 100, 150 quid each.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Not
The
that
price is just shot up on.
Yeah. I mean, I've got them anyway, so I thought, yeah.
It's when you go back into like bands that weren't as well known now.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the older bands, like Bad Brain and people like that. Their stuff's gone through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's gone mad over Bad Brains.
I mean, I was always a fan of that Bad Brain anyway. That era of like the hardcore punk thing, but proper hardcore punk, not fucking Green Day.
Yeah, we're trying to get that Darth into some decent punk. It keeps going back to Green Day.
To me, Green Day is just like pop. Just no, I can't listen to that.
It's walking that fine line between is it punk and just going full on Blink 182.
Yeah.
Only more up its own arse.
There's probably a couple of tracks with Green Day that I don't mind. If they come on the radio in the car, I could listen to, but not by choice.
Yeah, I won't put all that on by choice. If I'm going to listen to any punk by choice, it'd be Pistols, Dead Kennedys, Bad Brains, Black Flag,
Anti-Nowhere League. Anti-Nowhere League.
Yeah.
They were always my favourites.
Yeah.
Other than Rancid, of course.
There were a lot, but the thing is now they're sort of... obviously, the Pistols are known because of all the crap that went on with them.
Mm-hmm.
But there was all these other good punk bands that kind of got forgotten apart from people who were into that at the time. Which is it's a bit sad, really, because there were some really good bands out there.
Mm-hmm.
Real good punk music.
The Rotten Imbeciles. Oh, yeah, I've still got that first album on vinyl. I think I've got first time on vinyl, actually. I've got Dirty Rotten and I've got Dealing With It on vinyl.
Oh, Pennywise, yeah.
Bad Religion.
Yeah, Bad Religion.
Yeah.
Who are now proper granddaddies of punk.
Yeah.
But that is when punk music actually meant something.
Mm-hmm.
Especially bands like the Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
There was very much that. You listen to some of that, and I have been listening to a lot of Dead Kennedys. You listen to their albums, it is political, but a lot of what they were talking about made a lot of fucking sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
3 more good bands there. Sick of It All.
Sick of It All. Yep.
Mad Ball.
Biohazard, yes.
Fucking huge Biohazard fan. Seen him twice at Donington.
Yeah. No, you're right there, Bill. Well, I agree with you there. Punk was the real garage move. It was.
Yeah.
It was let's go in the garage and make as much racket as we can and see what comes out of it at the end of it, basically.
Yeah.
And then we ended up with the Mat Lads.
Wait.
Hey.
It was just making good music that you could tap a foot to or jump about to without having immense amount of fucking proficiency or talent.
Exactly.
It was just about creating a mood.
Yeah, they had Peter, yeah. I've heard that. Looking forward to that. Original Biohazard.
Nice.
punk always identified with like the working class people, like the.
Mm-hmm.
So in cities, big cities, like especially like Glasgow, classic, yeah,
Yep.
where there was like a lot of crap going on in the tenement buildings, all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
People identified with it
Well,
because it was
especially
saying,
like over here in
in
Belfast,
Ireland.
Stiff Little Fingers.
Yeah.
Oh, what a band!
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just said, "Oh,
Yeah.
They got it bang on.
Belfast, Glasgow, Manchester, Sheffield.
mm-hmm.
It was that sort of era of saying "fuck you" to the governments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
tell
think
them
we
how
should
it should be."
I think we should go back there actually and do it all over again.
Yeah. We'll just fuck you to politicians, full stop.
Well, yeah, I've got no time for politicians.
Good thing is though about punk is you can find elements of it in a lot of the music is around now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You can hear it in like an obvious one, Prodigy.
Yeah.
It's just
God, yeah.
electro punk. That's all that is.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
I'm just trying to think of the track now. Fucking hell, it's gone out of my head. It'll come back. See now, old age.
Yeah. Well, another not exactly similar type of band, but one of the guitarists did play with them for a bit. Bit Shifter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another underrated band for the time.
The thing was, they crossed so many borders, the Prodigy, as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because you had
they bridged the gap. I mean, they were the first band of their kind to kind of really be welcomed in metal festivals.
You had that early 90s era where they were like a rave band almost.
Mm-hmm.
Going into electro, then going into sort of an electro metal punk type music, and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I'm not a big fan of electro personally. It's just
Neither am I, but I mean, Prodigy, Jesus Christ.
But Prodigy,
eat that shit up.
And plus, Keith were big into his bikes.
Mm-hmm.
He was, and I was actually lucky enough to meet Keith once.
Rage Dad, if you like Prodigy, I have an official cover of Breaking Enter.
It's very good as well
on my channel. Official cover.
I can see somebody getting banned here.
There is no need for that. I'm sorry.
No need to swear
I'm
on
not
this
having that sort of abusive, vile language.
I'm going to get the channel banned.
Oh, Jesus.
Go and sit in the corner, facing the wall, please.
Yeah, and look at your photograph.
Oh, that is one band I just hate. Honest to God.
Yes, you will, and you will enjoy every second of it.
Say, please, sir, can I have some more, sir?
Smack your bitch up. Your mother loves this. Turn it up.
Nice.
Fire starter.
Even Fire the Land. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant, Bill.
Look, you're keeping Corey. What do you expect, Pete?
Oh, he's in the Harry Potter bedroom.
He is. I am the fucking evil wizard. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. One of the channels Lisa watches, well, we've all watched it. He's one of these travel vloggers. And they went and stayed in Legoland. But in the other hotel to where they stayed in, like done as up as a castle. And as you walked into reception, big fucking 10-foot fucking Lego wizard in reception.
Nice.
That Lego.
You see, I couldn't go to Legoland because I ended up wanting to knock things down.
There you go. You have been told, Peter. You have been warned.
Warned by a mod. The beer wench with the wrench.
Yeah. Oh, she knows how to use it.
Giggity.
It seems to tighten your nut.
That's what she said.
I would imagine that's true.
It's all right. I've got a sledgehammer.
Yeah. Sledgehammer and a fucking blowtorch.
I've got a sledgehammer and a Gwendolyn.
She can destroy anything.
I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Bill.
So come on, Bill. Who's your mum gone off to see in concert? I swear his mum goes out more than he does.
Probably. She's probably gone to see Phil Campbell.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, Jesus, Pete. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Screw that.
Mate, that is just, too many Muppets, too much.
Yeah, I think it's November when Phil Campbell's touring, so hopefully the shifts will be out some for by then.
Phil Campbell's got the new album coming out, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which looks really good, actually.
Yeah. Oh, fucking cover. That's awesome.
Too many Germans.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave that one there.
Yeah, well, I won't say what I was going to say.
Yeah. I'd like to keep my channel, thanks.
Oh, shit, a folk festival.
Hey, she wants to go steady there. Get a bit round it. Them folk festivals, you know, and they've all been drinking that cider.
Oh,
I bet she's on the cider, stoned around the fire.
Walking around with the big bottles of Scrumpy.
Oh, nice bottle of Scrumpy.
You're reminiscing of your youth there, kid.
The only thing that you can get pissed from your feet up.
Yeah, like banana daiquiris.
Oh.
Remember, there's always the creme de menthe. As Billy Connolly said, it gets you drunk from the neck down.
Yeah.
You don't realise you're drunk till you go to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, fucking Billy Connolly. Fucking class act. I'm glad to see you still keeping yourself busy doing the artwork.
Yeah. Oh, nice one, Astrid. Just wrecking shit.
Your pussies are wrecking the place, are they?
Yeah, she's been a little witch just now.
I see Michael Parkinson croaked it the other day, didn't he, bless him?
Yeah, I saw that all over Facebook.
A bit of a shame, that. Well, I actually quite liked him personally.
Oh,
yeah, he was a good one.
He had some good
especially when
interviews
he
with
got Billy
people. I mean, he was part of the reason Billy Connolly did so well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
He sort of pushed Billy Connolly.
Oh.
Yeah, he always was one of his biggest fans.
And nobody can ever forget the fucking Roddle and Emu fucking interview.
Oh, jeez.
Or Oliver Reed going on and singing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
hell.
that man was a fucking legend.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Man was not human.
Not the way he could drink for.
No.
Jesus. Can you imagine being on a night out with Oliver Reed and Piggy from Keith Moon? Jesus.
Mate, I would love to have been there when that was going on. I think I'd have been dead. that's the problem.
Many people would have been if they were in that situation. You need years of preparing your blood for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just how they survived as long as they did was a miracle.
Oh, Christ, yeah. Fucking Keith Moon, Oliver Reed, and fucking John Bonham. Jesus Christ, what a fucking trio.
Why didn't make it a quartet and we could have Lem in there as well?
Well, yeah.
Because Lem could definitely pack it away.
Just talking about drummers, there was one thing I heard this week. Kind of metal, because a lot of metalheads like them, but I was reading that Rush have not ruled out getting back together again for an anniversary tour.
Oh.
So I'd imagine they're on a hunt for a drummer.
Yeah, but who are you going to
Obviously, exactly who are you going to get to replace Neil Peart? There's only one that I can think of, and that's Mr. Dream Theater.
Yeah.
Portnoy.
Yeah.
It depends whether he goes on with the Hello Kitty kit or his Pokemon kit. Have you seen those videos?
No, it's fucking hilarious.
Oh.
I think far funnier is when it was Zach doing it with the Hello Kitty guitar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Legend.
Oh.
I honestly, I can't. It'd be like saying bring back Cream and getting someone to replace Ginger Baker.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm saying there's the only one that I think would be anywhere near as good would be Portnoy.
Unless to know what the Foo Fighters didn't, and get so many drummers up a night to do different songs.
But you've got to have some special drummer to come close. I mean, there are people out there who are definitely talented. Oh.
I agree with that, Bill. Nobody could replace Ginger.
Yeah, I've always been a big Cream and Ginger Baker fan. So.
Yeah.
We all know you like a bit of Cream.
Well, I loved them because of Jack Bruce. Because holy shit, that guy could play the bass.
I always liked Jack Bruce, the way Jack Bruce was always sort of... He was quite quiet in his ways. Until you put a bass in his hands.
Yep, and got him singing.
Yeah. I still find that story funny. When Hendrix got up with Cream and just plugged into the bass amp and was still louder than fucking Clapton. That's it for the night.
Two totally opposing techniques. I mean, Jimmy attacked the guitar, properly attacked it. And then you've got Clapton, who just kind of...
Whittly.
Do you know what I think?
Just gently strums.
I'm going to... this is a risky one. I'll probably get told off for this, but... I honestly don't rate Clapton that highly. I personally think Peter Green was far better on a guitar.
Oh, absolutely. Peter Green was far better. I had the pleasure of seeing him live as well.
Oh, nice.
He
supporting B.B. King.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Peter Green in the Splinter Group.
So much soul in that.
Oh, yeah. Well, this was the first tour that he'd done since, coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
And so he was visibly nervous. I mean, you could see him shaking, and I was like quite near the back of the arena. And you could even see him kind of shaking then. But whether that was due to, all the shit he'd done in his life, or whether it was just nerves, you just never know. But
it probably was a bit of both. But I mean, obviously, Peter was schizophrenic.
Oh yeah.
And I know just like the song "Man of the World." You listen to that track,
holy
and
shit,
it
it's
tells
beautiful.
you everything you need to know
Yep.
about suffering with a mental illness.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is beautiful and tragic at the same time.
Yeah, he's very, very, very talented man.
Yeah, man. But no, I remember when we were walking into the arena, we were just slightly, just fraction of a minute late in getting in. So as we were literally crossing the threshold of the doors into the arena, we could hear Albatross playing,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it was so damn perfect that I thought it was getting played over the tannoy until I kind of looked up because we were too busy looking for our seats or like that, and I'm like, oh, Albatross, cool. That's going to get us well into the mood. And then I kind of looked up and I was like, done a double take. Holy shit, that's them actually fucking playing.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
The skills on the guitar were.
Oh yeah.
Second to none.
Yeah, he probably did actually play Man of the World as well, but it was one of those. That night, it was just so much coming at you that it was surreal because you're actually seeing these guys. I mean, that was when I was right into the blues. I was all about blues, and there were two of the biggest legends. You've got Peter Green and BB King both playing the same stage, so it was like trying to remember most of what happened. It's just like it was so much, it was just surreal.
You sat there too busy fanboying.
Yeah, to remember actually what was going on, to pay attention.
Yeah, we've all.
I know they did dust my. I know he did dust my broom. I know that much because I actually do remember that because me and my mate used to cover it in the blues band that we were in.
Yeah,
and I remember kind of going, "Oh, we do that."
I know this,
and that's so much better than what we do.
See, everybody it's like Hendrix. Everybody remembers Hendrix for
3-4 songs.
Yeah. But I think one of his best tracks, if you listen to the lyrics in it, is Little Wing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That song is so sad.
Yeah.
When you know what the story is behind it.
Yep.
It's just an amazing track. And it just proved Hendrix could go from the crazy stuff he did, but he could also do a track that had so much soul and
because he did get a lot of people saying, "Oh, he can only do that heavy stuff," and then he goes and does something like that.
Yeah,
but, I mean, you hear the train a coming, stuff like that, and even that's really soulful. Not as soulful, obviously, as Little Wing, but
it is.
That was another one that kind of proved them wrong.
Well.
And then you get Stevie Ray Vaughan, who goes and does the cover of it with no lyrics. Didn't even need lyrics. And it's just... I defy anybody to listen to that track and not get a tear in their eye.
Yeah.
The Stevie one, I mean.
I mean,
the Jimmy one, yeah, but the Stevie one...
I mean, people go on about, Trek can only play these daft songs, but look at the stuff that Lemmy wrote.
Mm-hmm.
1916.
Yep.
Perfect example. That fucking song gets me every time.
And if you want a track that's a real tear that really gets upsetting, listen to Don't Let Daddy Touch Me.
Yeah.
That track, the lyrics in it, you know what they're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know the story behind that, and I tried finding out, but it's a very dark sort of track.
If that is something that's kind of autobiographical, then it's obviously something that I'm putting in a song. That's it. I'm not going any further than that.
Yeah.
That's it. I've done what I needed to do with it.
Yeah.
Got it out of my system. nobody asked me any questions about it.
Exactly, Bill.
Yeah. Oh no, I totally agree with you, Bill. We've talked about this before. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. People forget, people just think Ace of Spades and Overkill and all those tracks, which I love. I love all those tracks, but he did some stuff that was just amazing lyrically.
Yeah. Just so left field the rest of the stuff that they did.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the reasons I know I keep it's one of the guys I always mention, but Devin Townsend.
Yeah.
He's another one that can do that. But the only difference with him is he does it like he'll release something that's just completely fucking hell sent.
Yeah.
And then the next album he just goes completely turns the table and it's just something beautiful and from the heart, and you're like, whoa. And then goes back to doing something completely evil again. Like,
I don't know how many people in chat on that, because I can remember him back in Strapping Young Lad.
Strapping like young lad, yeah. See, well, my first introduction was obviously when he was with Vi. Deep Down Into the Pain. That was the first time I'd ever heard his voice, and it was just, who the hell is this guy, man? This guy's like bigger than Vi already, and he's a nobody. And he actually made Vi sound fucking heavy.
I still don't know how it works, apart from people donating money every now and again if they want to.
Yeah, that's basically all that is. It's a tip thing.
Yeah.
I did have it on my Twitch, but then I took it off because
I have got one.
Well, you guys know the shit, but
yeah. See, I never went down, I haven't gone down the Patreon route at the minute because I just haven't got time to do videos exclusively for Patreon. And to me, if you're going to do a Patreon thing, you want to be doing stuff that's extra from your YouTube or your Twitch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just haven't got time for it at the minute.
Yeah, you end up, the hours you work, you'd end up flogging yourself.
Yeah, and I'm fucking not
worth
it again.
Not worth it. You end up losing interest in what you're doing.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, if I'm not gonna, if this were my full-time thing, then yeah, fair enough. But nah, working 12-hour fucking shifts and doing this, nah.
Mm.
I mean, I burnt myself out last year, and I had to take a 2-week break because I was totally burnt out.
Yeah.
I thought,
people will either accept you for that. They'll either accept it or they won't. If they don't, well, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
See you later. Crack on with your own. Crack off you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not being nasty to anyone. It's just people need to remember there's a lot of work goes into the when you're doing
a human.
Yeah. Real shit happens.
I mean, yeah, we're going away at end of September. As a lot of people know, that's anniversary of my mum's passing. So it's like we're going away for a few days to make some happy memories rather than just take my dad away for a few days rather than have him moping right out around that time of year.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, we're going to film some. All right, Need the Wheel. How you doing, buddy? My young.
I love that logo because that's
the
whole concept behind the One Man Stands logos. The alien with the headphones.
Yeah, I'm going to film some vlogs while I'm there, but if I don't record a video to put out the week while I'm away, so be it. It'll be a week off from putting a video out. So what?
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, It's one thing. It's one thing that me and Levi were doing the reactions channel before, and the two of us just got to a point where it was becoming too much like a job. You know, we were having to answer emails to fucking promotion companies that were just sending us bands. You know, like please review this band, and they were telling us you've got, you know, you have to say this at some point. And we're like,
nah.
It's supposed to be fun, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not reviewing, then you're promoting.
Yeah. Most of the stuff I review, I buy it myself.
Yeah. Proper consumer review, then.
Yeah. Yeah. Odd things I do get sent, like the Ugertone drums, Ergotone, however you want to pronounce it. I've been working with those guys for almost 5 years now, 4.5. A good 4.5 years. They send me everything, but he never says, "I want you to say this. I want you to say that."
Yeah,
it's like here it is. He knows he'll get an honest review out of me.
Yeah,
and it's same when I've been sent different microphones. When I got sent that Prime from Moa. They never said, "We want you to say this," otherwise I'd have said, no thanks.
Yeah.
Don't do promotion. If it's promotion, then you can pay me.
Well, I know there's been other guys, you know, at the All England and Glenn Fricker.
Yeah,
they've been sent stuff, and they've actually stopped working with companies because they've basically said you have to give this a positive review.
Yeah.
How can I? I haven't even fucking tried it yet.
Exactly.
You're telling me I like it before I've even touched it. So it's not an honest review. It's not a review. It's a scripted fucking advert.
Yeah. Well, this is what brought down the vaping world.
Oh, yeah.
We all know, even though there's certain channels that say they weren't taking money, we know they were taking money.
Absolutely.
110%, I know certain reviewers were.
Yeah. Because there's too many that are just willing to take a buck.
And I don't blame them in one respect of if somebody's offering you money. Yeah, it's nice. But then you need to be turning around and saying you're just promoting it, not reviewing it.
Exactly. Well, I was talking to one of the guys from Ergotone the other week, a couple of weeks back, because he has asked me to do a video to help promote the new venture, because what they're doing, they're moving all their MIDI grooves onto a new website, and it's a whole new venture. And he's sent me some of the new MIDI grooves. So I said, yeah, I'll do a video for no problem. But he's not said, I want you to say X, Y, Z. He said, here you go, here's some MIDI grooves. Just do a video. Cool. But we were talking, and he was telling me, he says you could easily charge $200 to do a review. No problem. Really? Fucking hell. We should have known that a couple of years back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I mean, there's certain reviewers as well in the vape industry that we know and that we're getting substantial amounts of money for doing it.
Yeah.
Certain ones that have now turned to religion.
Yeah. So we between us, we know a few of them.
Oh, yeah.
No name shall be mentioned.
Oh, a lot of photography as well, yeah. I used to do like vape photography for coils. Done it for a coil team and had to do it for a couple of RDA manufacturers. And you did get, I'm trying to remember which one it was. It's the one that done, was it Og Vape? Aye, I think it was Og Vape. It said that you had to give a positive review.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they weren't going to allow you to put it up.
Darthy's back after his nap. He's had a nap.
It was just as well that it was good, right enough, but you know, but yeah. And the thing is, you're giving them free publicity for doing it.
Exactly.
So they can't exactly tell you to do it or not to do it. So
well, that's it.
It's still publicity all the same.
Exactly. It's that. I have been sort of starting to email companies over the last few months, and that's how I've pitched it. It's free advertisement for you guys.
Yep.
You're sending me a pedal or whatever is going to be a lot cheaper than you put in an advert in XYZ guitar magazine.
Yeah. The companies are well aware it's free advertising as well. They just play dumb a lot of the time. You know, that's why it's good when you do get somebody like Ridgetone or the Moors and that kind of thing that are upfront about it and say, right, just there you go. Have at it. You know, instead of saying, you've got to say this.
Yeah.
It's the bigliest big thing that's ever been big.
Yeah. And I always say, not quite at the beginning, but near the beginning of the videos, I always say, this has been sent to me. I'm always upfront with that. If it's been sent, then I will tell people.
Yeah.
I feel it's better to be upfront. Right, they've said to me, but they've not had any input to what's going to be said. Oh dear, that's a bit upset. They got a good idea in rugby.
Oh, did Wales lose? Oh, poor Darth. Oh dear.
Oh, bless him.
The only thing that you're good at, Darth, and you failed at that.
See,
I'm saying nothing because the Scottish are shit as well.
Yeah. See, if Welsh hadn't done so much singing, they'd have done more bloody call up.
Actually, I take that back. Scottish aren't shit. They've got some great players, but they just don't put them together in the fucking national team.
He's getting his digs in early.
Ah, he's trying, bless him, isn't he? Hold on, Darth. You've got less hair than I have.
Yeah.
At least mine will grow back.
Smart you bitch up. I think we ought to get Darth on one show and see how many people can actually understand the word he says. Including us.
It used to be my job to have to understand people of strong accents.
I still keep threatening to do a video in full on fucking Yorkshire and wait for all Americans' heads to go boom.
You certainly do.
You certainly do, boyo.
I don't find, mind you, I suppose we talk to him quite a bit. So
we have that pleasure quite often.
Oh yeah. Definitely a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Nah, he's lovely, Darth.
Who are you trying to convince?
I don't know yet. Can I come back to you? Can I phone a friend? Oh, I ain't got it in there. Can I go 50-50?
Yeah.
Exactly, Bill. I would fuck them all up. If I went full on Barnsley accent. I hope his fantasies are coming out again. Look, he'll be talking about bent sausage next.
Oh no! Don't get him on sausages again.
Oh, you missed that conversation other night, G. Oh, Jesus.
Das Wiener Schnitzel?
They're talking about his bent sausage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave that one where it's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. It's now just left to the imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Why do I need to pull it? I've got a beard wench that does it for me.
What worries me is Darth is saying he wants to pull that beard.
Well, like I said, I've got a beard wench that does it anyway.
Is that because you can't grow one, Darth?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I know who they are. And they never say die. And I'm not going to do the truffle shuffle.
Oh, why not?
Because it's too convincing. That's why.
Oh, you see, Darth, you're going to get a slap in a minute. This is the beard that reaches parts that other beards can't reach.
Also, it's Heine beard.
Yeah.
That means two things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time, though. Hey, you guys.
Come on then, Darth. What music have you been listening to this week?
We still need to get into to actually listen to some Gigi Allen.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no accounting for taste.
Oh, Lee, you need to change that. You have to watch The Goonies.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You need to watch The Goonies. It's
classic.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fantasy. It's not even fantasy, actually. It's just kids doing what kids usually do. Have fun, adventures.
I will get around to watching it one day. I'm one of these people. It was like saying we Game of Thrones and all that. Everybody's watching it. Oh, you've got to watch this. It's like, no, I'm not watching it. Every fucking else is watching it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I like to do my own thing.
That's very right, Lisa. It does have a one-eyed Willie. And the Fratellis.
Oh, don't be like that, Peter. Oh, I might let you out from under the stairs once in a while.
Darth, I've seen Twin Town. It is one of the classic films. Rhys Ifans in it. I can never remember the other guy's name who plays his brother, but absolutely awesome film.
Yeah, but is it as classic as Rita Sue and Bob 2?
It's very close.
That is a classic film.
Having a gangbang.
Yeah. Fat fucking Mavis. Make your own fucking tea. I've seen that film that many times. I can almost recite the full fucking script as I'm watching it.
Do you know what I caught myself doing? I watched it a few weeks ago, and I was going through. You know the bit where they go to the flat and they turn up on the bikes. I was going through looking at all the old bikes and thinking, "Fucking, that's just a classic film." That was.
You did that years ago, Peter.
Sex Lives of a Potato. I didn't know they'd made a film about you, Duff. Actually, if Darth had been any film, I would have said Sausage Party.
Oh,
he's now sat there trying to think of something to come back with.
There he goes.
Yeah, cogs will be turning.
Oh, do you know what we ended up watching? Nick's been doing a watch party on his Discord every Thursday night. Just watched Tropic Thunder.
Oh God!
The week before that, it was Airplane.
Oh, Airplane!
Oh, Jesus, man!
Don't call me
It doesn't
Shirley.
matter how many times you watch that film, it's still fucking funny.
Matter.
And the week before that, it was Young Frankenstein.
Oh mate!
Oh Jesus! Oh,
You would
we
never
all had
get
to
away.
mute our mics. We all had to mute our mics because it got to the point where you couldn't hear anything because we were all laughing that much. Especially the show that he puts on. And it's the putting on the Ritz. It's holy shit, man.
Fucking hell. Mel Brooks. Oh, you were fucking awesome, Mel Brooks.
He was. But I was talking about this the other day with my uncle and my mum. He was phenomenal back in the day. But I watched the History of the World Part 2 on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which is brand new. It's not a movie this time. It's now episodes. Each episode's about 60 minutes long. And it's made up of sketches that are only about 2 minutes long. And it's trying so hard to be funny. It's not funny.
Yeah.
You know?
The original was fucking brilliant.
Yeah. I know. I always remember gutting myself at the original as well. But anything Mel Brooks back then was just...
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, man. Defy anybody to watch that film and not laugh. Yep.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah. Look, steady as a rock.
But I shoot with this.
Okay, but I shoot with this one.
The Waco Kid.
And we actually realised that there was, in Young Frankenstein, there's a bit that I always remember never getting the joke, but it was whenever anybody says the name of Frau Blucher, the house mistress in Young Frankenstein. Every time her name's spoken, you hear the horse going mental. Because Blucher in German is glue. It was because Demo was watching it and he speaks German.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, Blucher, it means German. And me and Nick were like, what? That's why the fucking horse is going mental.
Well, going back to Rita Sue and Bob too, there's a local theatre that they're doing a production of that. I might have to just go and watch it just for fucking hell of it.
It's one of those ones I saw when it first came out, but can't remember much of it.
Oh, it's like you've got to go and revisit it. Absolutely.
There's a lot of films I need to revisit.
Yeah. What does he say? I mean, me and Matt spoke about this. loads of times. You just look at new films these days; they're just not coming up with original ideas at all, are they?
Too formulaic, a lot of them.
Too formulaic, or they're just ripping off old movies.
Going down a bit of a tin hat thing here. If you noticed, a lot of the films that are coming out are trying to sort of portray what is going on in the world at the minute.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot of them. They're trying to get you. I think it's sort of a bit of a political thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's no coincidence with what's going on right now in the release of Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I mean,
no,
I will
please
watch that.
don't press the button. You know?
I will watch that, but it could be all right. But
It's my uncle and my mum. I mean, I trust their
yeah,
judgments when it comes to films because I share their tastes a lot of the time. Both of them said it's the best performances they've ever seen in any movie of their lifetimes. It's just solid acting from start to finish. I mean, my mum never actually liked Cillian Murphy. She just couldn't stand him, in anything. She knew he was a great actor, but she just didn't like him, like, visually. There's something about him that just kind of made her kind of, but after watching this, she's like, no, I need to go back and watch some of the stuff that I was put off by him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a film we'll probably end up watching at some point. Yeah. It's like it's gone really political.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than just being an hour and a half, 2 hours of escapism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want out of movies, albums, TV programs. You just want that escapism from the shit that's in real life.
I think that's why a lot of the streaming services their movies are beginning to do so well.
Exactly.
And I don't know how it is if they've changed the laws yet, but I know they were talking about putting a lot of the streaming services movies up for awards, like official awards like the Oscars and shit.
Right.
They should be recognised because they're still part of the same guild.
Yeah.
But because it's a streaming service, it's not in cinema. It was always this kind of red tape issue, So I don't know if it has changed, but I mean, you look at the streaming services movies, and most of them are doing stuff that you would like to see in the cinema, but a lot of studios just don't have any faith in them.
No.
In those type of movies. Netflix especially, they've been putting out some blinding movies.
Yeah, they have.
Like the first Extraction movie with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Just good old fashioned action movie.
Watched the second one the other day, actually.
I've still to see the second one, but the first one is...
It's very similar to the first one. Good action.
Yes.
Film.
Yes, Bill.
Yes, Bill.
Exactly.
I mean, they do the daft comedies as well,
Yeah.
And people watch them in the millions, but you wouldn't get those figures in cinemas.
I mean, Chris Hemsworth in them films, let's be honest, it's like a later on version of the early Rambo films.
Yeah.
It's him running around like a lunatic, blowing everything up.
Yeah.
If you want a film that's going to have intelligent talking in it, you don't bother. But if you want a film that's a bit of a laugh and takes you away from reality, yeah, it's worth it.
Exactly.
I enjoyed it.
Rage Dad's just confirmed it. They have allowed streaming service movies in the Oscars.
Cool. Well, it's like that film we were talking about the other day. It's still one of my favourite Pacino films, Seppico.
Oh,
fucking love that.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, I think in last week or two, it's just had its 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
It's like, I fucking love that.
That film is nearly as old as me.
Only nearly.
Yeah, and that film is in better condition than me.
Yeah.
That is a brilliant film.
It has the
Not watched
advantage of being remastered.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a 50th anniversary release coming out of it. Not watched it for a couple of years, so yeah, might have to watch that.
Yeah, The Reacher on Prime wasn't bad, Darth.
It was good.
I watched it. I quite enjoyed it.
It was close. From what my mum says, she read the books, or a few of the books. She says that is exactly the way he was portrayed in the books, not the Tom Cruise small guy.
Mate, don't get me on Tom started on Cruise.
Hey, he's given up Scientology.
Fuck off.
He has. Well, rumoured to have given up Scientology because he's been over here in England for about 3 years. Doing the Mission Impossible movies, right?
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 6 coming to a screen near you.
Yeah.
Exactly, Bill.
One of their biggest headquarters is just down the road from where he's been living, and he hasn't been seen there at all.
Maybe he's been
So it looks like
thrown
he's
out.
given it up.
Maybe he's been thrown out.
Possibly.
Well, he's small enough for somebody to pick him up and throw him out.
I'm sorry, I just don't rate him as an actor, to be honest.
I thought he was really two-dimensional, but until I seen Collateral. And The Last Samurai as well, I must say. Those two movies
Last Samurai, yeah,
convinced me because I hated the guy. Hated him. But those two movies are two of my favourite movies of all time.
The whole Mission Impossible films.
They are, but they are.
Yeah, I decided to stay away from them.
Those movies are zip, take the brain out, let it go for a wander.
Yeah. Here's one for the teenagers. The president's brain is missing.
Exactly, brainless entertainment. Sometimes you need that, though. Sometimes you're just in the mood for that kind of stuff. I just need mindless stuff. I don't need to think about. I can just potter around the house.
There's no words needed. What we need to know is, when are you going to appear on screen with us, Eric? We need you to come on a stream. And don't come out with that bullshit that you can't speak, your English ain't good enough, because it fucking is.
No movie that I watched recently, Communion, the one with Christopher Walken.
Oh, I don't like it.
It got ridiculed when it was out because it was just so ridiculous. But
have you seen the latest pictures?
If you take the alien thing out of the equation, see the performance. Holy fuck!
Awesome actor.
Yeah,
performance is phenomenal.
Have you seen it? There was a picture put on somewhere. I saw Christopher Walken.
Exactly, Pete.
He looks half dead. To bless him.
What one?
Christopher Walken.
Oh, recently you talking?
Yeah, he's not looking that well, bless him.
He's getting on, like.
He's got to be in his 80s, I would have thought now, hasn't he?
Oh, Christ, yeah.
Must be.
But some of the films he's done are fucking brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even some cameo appearances he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Just look at Pulp well, the Tarantino pictures he's done.
Have you ever seen Balls of Fury?
Yes.
Where he plays a Chinese ping pong referee. If you'd read it, you'd be like, Christopher Walken is a Chinaman.
Who the hell came up with that one? I don't know.
But then you see it, and you're like, Nobody else could have done that.
No.
Oh, he's only 80. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Love his voice. I think his voice is fucking brilliant.
It is so instantly
All that
recognisable.
black shoe polish he keeps putting in his head.
Yeah, the pomade. One of my favourites of him, though, is have you seen him in Seven Psychopaths?
Yes.
The bit where they get held up at gunpoint, and he's like, fucking start walking, and he's like, no. It's just the way, just like, what are you going to do? Like,
I think he's just one of those actors. He's irreplaceable.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, just like Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson in One Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh man. That's the one that I always think he's best. Yeah. Absolute best. Oh yeah, Weapon of Choice.
Yeah.
Fatboy Slim.
Jack Nicholson has done some phenomenal films.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I mean, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, for one. Easy Rider.
Easy Rider, yeah.
Which will always be one of my favourite films of all time.
And love it or hate it, you can't deny the performance, The Shining.
Yep.
Love it. Big Shining fan. Stephen King.
Me too.
Yeah.
I loved the film, the Kubrick version, but I mean, I saw the remake.
It was good.
Movie with Steven Weber, and
I've not watched that yet.
Better.
Watch that. It's good.
I loved it better, actually.
A Clockwork Orange again. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Ultraviolence. Love a bit of Ultraviolence.
I couldn't get a grips with that movie at all.
I think you've got to be a bit nuts to watch it.
See, well,
that's why we're watching it.
I walk the line. I walk the line, between.
Yes, you're
that's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
She's just coming back now.
Yeah.
She's acting again.
Yeah,
she looks rough as a badger's ass.
Yeah.
She's had a bit of a drug problem, hasn't she, bless her?
She's unrecognisable.
Yeah. I'm pleased to see that she is coming back,
Yeah. She's recently.
She was so good in that.
See, that was the proper guerrilla style of directing, though.
Yeah.
At the time, because Spielberg done the same thing in Close Encounters. He didn't tell his actors what was going to happen roundabout. He just said, "There's your lines. Here's your motivation."
Yeah.
Didn't tell them what's going to be going on roundabout.
You can't blame the Dutch for you being strange.
I hope somebody's got a question here.
I would say yeah. Because it just makes something that's good boring.
Yeah.
Because it's getting done to death. Like, I've noticed a few bands since Sleep Token done The Summoning. There's actually a few bands that are sounding like they're desperately trying to sound like it.
Yeah. Well, even going back to the Gent thing, everybody trying to sound like My Sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would sooner hear somebody, even if they're shit, that's trying to be unique.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons. One of my favourite bands right now. In fact, I'm willing to say that you guys know how much I love Anthrax. Right now, this band is on par. Igor.
Mate, I'm fucking having a word with you about that after, because
it's mind blowing, isn't it?
Some of it is absolutely phenomenal. If people haven't heard him, well, the band, Go and listen.
Yeah, go and listen to
Honestly,
that is totally unique to me because he's
it's got
drawn
everything.
from the Baroque classical period.
Yep.
He's drawn from out and out brutal death metal.
Oh yeah.
And then he's pulling in folk, Eastern European folk, Middle Eastern music, drum and bass, out and out electro, and he's mashing it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just perfect. And opera as well. I forgot about the opera element.
Well, yeah, you've got the girl goes to the opera. I mean, you think
It shouldn't
about,
work. It shouldn't work.
No, it shouldn't. No, it definitely shouldn't work. But fuck me, it works.
Yeah. But that's what I love about them is they are just nobody else is doing that right now.
Yeah. I mean,
And I've got Jenny Sin to thank for that one, for introducing me to them.
Yeah.
I'm a big fucking Fear Factory fan. Always have been.
See, I was right into death metal when they first appeared. I was into like the really heavy stuff like Gorguts, Gorefest, Pungent Stench, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Cannibal Corpse, the Chris Hamilton days. So I couldn't get into them because they were just too industrial for me when they first came out.
Yeah.
But now going back and listening to their stuff, I'm like, I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, I went to see him on the very first UK tour they did with Soul of a New Machine, and they were support band.
Yeah, Block. I'll agree with that.
And the headline band were Brutal Truth.
Oh, Dan Lilker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
They Kevin were really good back in the
day. He's not exactly on a level kill these days, Kevin Sharp, but back then he was even fucking worse.
Mm-hmm.
Middle at gig.
In December could be Eric.
He gets a bar of steel, a fucking angle grinder, boom, of a fucking crowd, fucking sparks everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Hey, Free Rider.
All right, Free. How you doing, buddy?
Hey up, buddy.
I remember the other one, Grave. That was another band.
Oh, nice one, Block.
I believe it was Grave. One of the members of the guitar of the band was a kindergarten teacher while they were touring. This was like talking about brutalising people and shit. Then he's going to his day job to looking after people's kids.
Behemoth is another band that I'm into.
Yeah, Behemoth.
Listening to a lot of Behemoth.
I remember the original Behemoth though. Back in the 90s.
Yep.
Because I don't think it's the same Behemoth that's around now.
No.
No.
I mean, we went to see them back in the last year. With them, arch enemy.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice one, Bloke.
Temple Binky. Okay. Temple Binky. Is nipple wanker. Okay.
Screenshot that. We went to see Behemoth last year. Arch Enemy were co-headliners. Main support band, Carcass. What a fucking night.
Oh, Carcass, man.
I love Carcass. Absolutely. I mean,
Entombed. That was another one I was right into.
Entombed. Well, we went to see that were first Carcass gig I went to. The Gods of Grind tour. Carcass, Entombed, Cathedral, and Confessor.
Oh,
Cathedral, that was Lee Dorian, wasn't it?
Yeah. That were Mandy put together after he left Napalm.
Yeah.
So he went from the fastest band in the world to the slowest band in the world.
I remember that back then. I was like, oh, this is Lee Dorian's new band. This is going to be amazing. Yeah. I hit play and I was like, is this on the right speed? And I actually did put it up to 78, thinking it was on the wrong speed altogether. And I'm like, see, that sounds right to me.
You leave Barney alone.
Vocals come in.
Bless him. He's listening to Ghost again at the minute as well.
I never really, well, I've never, I won't say I haven't got into them. I've just not really listened to them. But then again, I've only really heard one or two songs, and one of them were cover they did of We Are Ghosts. And I was like,
Favourite Carcass album? Mine's is the one that Corporal is off of.
Necroticism.
Necroticism, Discanting and Solidarius. Yep.
Well, this is where we're trying to steer in the right direction, Darth.
Heartwork, yes, because that changed the metal sound.
Yeah.
From then on.
Yeah.
Everybody was trying to sound like Heartwork.
Yeah.
From then on, and it done the metal scene a massive service.
Yeah, that sort of mellow death sound. I mean, Bill Steer, outside of the death metal genre, he's such an underrated guitarist.
Another ex-Napalm.
Ex-Napalm. The band he did after Carcass originally split up was a sort of a throwback to 70s blues rock, that sort of free type thing. Firebird.
I can see that now, actually. Yeah. There are, I know the riffs are mostly kind of discordant.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, but there are kind of blues grooves.
Yeah.
That creep in every now and then.
They did 3 or 4 albums, Firebird. I've got one of them. I'll tell you, I think you'd like him, Jake. Because he's that. And on a few of the songs, Bill actually plays harmonica.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sold.
Exactly, DW. How many fucking 5150s do we need?
I saw, was it Ola reviewing the Lunchbox version?
Yeah.
It does look nice, right enough.
Yeah. I mean, I did the... on Wednesday, I did the ML version of the Iconic. And I said then, how many more 5150 amp sims do we need? Every company's fucking got one.
Yeah. There is one that I'm considering getting, though, and that's the ML Spirit Box.
Yeah.
Just for one reason, it's not because of Mike Springer. Actually, it's nothing to do with him, although he's a phenomenal guitarist, and Spirit Box are phenomenal. But it's sheerly for the fact that it's got a proper drop pedal where you can drop it in steps rather than having to, with the Digitech, you have to kind of do that, the whammy. You can actually step it down in increments. And it sounds incredible as well. It doesn't sound...
It depends, Darth. If
false.
It's an old Gibson, then yeah, it'll be a good guitar. If it's a new Gibson...
If it's post-2000...
Yeah.
No. They're not worth a lot. And they're not really considered that great either because their manufacturing processes went to shit, and so did their quality checking.
Well, to be honest, Darth, if you're going to start learning on guitar, probably not the best of guitars.
No.
Really.
Well, if it is just for learning, I don't see why not.
Well, yeah.
It's a good. It is still going to be a good guitar. It's just if you're, I didn't realise that he was just going to learn, but
yeah, DW, he's got a PV Triple X. That is an amp I'd like to get hold of. Yeah, I agree with Bill. Anything past 2,000,
Oh,
get an
yeah.
Epiphone.
Yeah. It always used to be the Epiphone was the one that was, you know, they just let a lot of things slip in quality checking, and it was made with lesser components.
Darth.
Manufacturing was lesser, but nowadays it just swapped.
Yeah. Darth, stop lying. You know that's never going to happen. Not happening, son.
I had an Epiphone Gothic Les Paul.
Yeah.
And it was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
It had the standard pickups in it, not even any new pickups. It didn't matter what amp I put this thing through, it was always really, really nice. Just
Well,
really beefy, chunky sound.
yeah. Well, I've got Epiphone Zach Wild Les Paul, and it's just got standard passive EMGs in. It's not the active EMGs. I'll tell you what, I fucking love that guitar plays. Fucking outstanding.
Yeah.
And
held its tuning for forever. And Gibsons nowadays are renowned for not holding tune. But the Epiphones, I don't know what tuning pegs they used, but held its tune.
When I got that, I mean, I've told this story a few times, but I just got that Epiphone just at the right time. I think it were about 2 or 3 months just before Zach left Gibson to set up Wild Audio. So I got it for a good price. I think I paid about $250 for it second hand.
Jesus.
Yeah. He's talking 500-600 quid these days.
Yeah. Yeah, Epiphone have taken Gibson's place now.
Yeah.
And
well, I know my dad is looking to get a 335, and he's thinking about getting an Epiphone version. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go for the Epiphone any time of day.
Yeah, because he's. I mean, my dad's more into sort of jazz and blues.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he's not a metal guy. Sort of
one thing I always hear about Gibson is nowadays is that they're still expecting people to pay the same price, and you are always going, as long as there's still fanboys that are willing to pay the price for stuff that's now substandard.
Yeah,
living off the
you're going to keep getting away with it, but nowadays they're just putting out stuff where paint's blemished, the frets haven't been properly polished, or trimmed, whatever.
Yeah, not been properly finished off.
Doesn't hold its tune. Bridges are shit. You know, pickups are shit. It's not earthed properly. Hey, Jen. But yeah, they're still expecting the same price for substandard stuff. And then you've got Epiphone, who's still amazing stuff. For sometimes
How
half.
You feeling better, Jen?
Maybe less.
So Darth just needs to start on something simple.
Yeah, just get something cheap and cheerful.
Yeah, I would recommend something cheap and cheerful. You know, because until you get used to how to, I know it's going to sound daft, but until you know how to hold it.
Hey, you know, I've only got 12 days left.
It's going to get dunted a few times.
Absolutely.
Until you're aware of that neck constantly doing this, you know, it's going to keep hitting off of things.
Go on. What's your question, Jen? I'm worried now.
Yes, he did do it.
While I'm waiting, I'll have some more refreshments, please.
I'll tell you one that I keep hearing about, though, although it's still hit and miss, but you maybe won't mind for the price. Harley Benton.
Oh, Harley Benton's.
They're putting out some really good stuff, although I hear that they're hit and miss. You know, certain models are.
Yeah, some models can be a bit hit miss. I've got a Harley Benton bass. That is absolutely phenomenal.
I've got one there, but it's an older Harley Benton.
I bought my lad a Harley Benton Les Paul style in that more sort of ESP Les Paul style. And I'll tell you what, I took it out of the box just to test it, just to try it out. And as typical, only the G string were out of tune. Even though it had been shipped from Germany, all the other strings were still in tune.
Jesus.
Yeah. And action on it were absolutely fantastic.
Changing climates and temperature and humidity.
Yeah. And me dad, he bought Ali Benton. Hi! The beer wench. Right, the total legend. Bye! I mean,
that's one, actually, just you mentioning the 355, that's meant to be one of their, according to Glenn Fricker, that's one of their best models.
Well, my dad bought Ali Benton semi-acoustic, and he absolutely loves that. Absolutely loves. It's not quite the shape of a White Falcon, but it's heading that way.
Yeah. There you go. There's your question, Lee.
Here's my question. Yes, I would. Damn right. Oh, I'm sure we could get some vlogs out of that. Maybe even do a music video for it.
Maybe you could take that.
I think somewhere like that would be a good place to do like a Halloween style video. Video.
Looks like she's been quietly planning this one.
Yeah, I think they've been planning it between them. Well, if we're doing that, then we'll not bother with October Expo. We'll wait till we might go in next May when you'll come across, Jake.
Oh, I'll do it. As Palpatine says, do it.
Do it. Yeah,
that'd be awesome, man.
I've not come up with any ideas for any risk yet, but I've got an idea of the. I have got an idea for the Halloween song for this year, and it's to do with asylums and stuff like that.
Oh.
I think we should have Jenny on for the Halloween one.
You've given me an idea now as well, Lee. Unless it's the same song I'm thinking of.
Oh no, it'll be an original song.
Right, okay.
I usually do something original for Halloween song.
Okay.
Yeah, but Tyler, you're just mad at everything. Oh well, at least I can make somebody happy.
Yeah, but you could go if you wanted to, Tyler. I'm not saying your missus would be very pleased when she gets the bill for the ticket.
We'll do, Jen. Yeah, I've got that.
Oh, I'm all about it.
No, Eric, I have done a few covers, and there's one or two songs I have thought about doing covers, sort of either doing death metal or grindcore versions of certain covers.
See, I've just been using the covers to kind of learn the mixing.
Yeah.
Rather than take something that I really want to sound good and it end up sounding shit.
I hope that's getting his fantasies out again.
Oh, Matt's looking.
I'm probably the worst person you could have.
Yes.
In an asylum with you.
I might trap you up for some lyrics for this. yeah, I've got certain ideas for it. Sort of, it's been mulling around for a month or two, and certain sort of sounds and tones that I'm thinking about, guitar tones. Excuse you.
Yeah, that as well. Rage Dad, I've been doing the same thing because I'm a bass player, so it's good to
He's
learn the rhythm stuff.
He's a bass player.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm used to it now, Eric. I'm used to my subs going down. I must keep upsetting people, so I must be doing something.
Try your best, mate.
My condolences for being a bass player. Spine of the band. Just look at Injustice for All. Case. That's it. Case closed.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, that album could have been so much more without just fucking bass in it.
Just go and listen to Injustice for Jason.
Yeah.
Never listen to the original ever again. Just listen to Injustice for Jason. That's how it was intended to sound. Or it should have been intended to sound. Because no engineer in their right mind is going to mix an album that way. That was definitely Hetfield and Lars.
Yeah, 100%.
I know. Honestly, if you go and listen to the Injustice for Jason album, you hear so many different wee runs that Jason does, and you're like, why was that not in it?
Yeah.
It just complemented what Lars was doing so perfectly.
Yeah.
In the mood of the song, and it's just non-existent.
Bob Rock didn't do that album.
No, he took out. He first worked with him on the Black album.
Now we're in trouble.
Have you got an interloper?
We've got an interloper.
that foreigner's arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people from the colonies have showed up.
Yeah.
What's going on?
From the other side of the pond. All right, Brian, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I was like racing to get on here. I realized there was a bunch of stuff to do when I got home, and I was just like, "Oh no, it's not picking up my webcam and stuff." And I'm using a Nikon Z30 now. I'm not using a piece of shit from however many years ago, but I don't know how much I love the webcam utility for this camera. But it's the first live stream with it ever, so this is cool. Thanks for having me on. Skittles.
Canon you're using?
I'm using a Nikon Z30 is what I've got.
Ah, right.
I'd show you, but I can't.
Because I had the same issue. I had to use a webcam facility for the Canon for God knows how long. And they recently just dumped it and you can just use it.
Yeah.
On the capture card.
The only thing I think with this thing is there's a slight lag. So I set it up to 30 frames per second to come on here. And I think it looks like it looks good though, which is nice.
It does.
Yeah.
You guys all look good. Yeah, what are you using, Big G? Your cameras are really sharp.
That's the Canon G7.
Nice, right? I've tried to do this with the Nikon Z6, didn't work, but I love this little Z30. It's great for doing little bits of content and stuff, so it's cool.
Dude, you got a Nikon to work as a webcam. That is something that I could never do. I had the what was it, the 7000D. Apparently, you could use it as a webcam, but
they're not set up for it. They're those models. Once they get into the, thank you, beer wench. Hi, Lisa. How's it going?
Let me tell you.
It's funny. I see Skittles and maple syrup in the chat. I've only done that one time.
Yeah.
It's like you bake a loaf of bread once, but you're not considered a baker. You do a bunch of things, but you eat some Skittles and maple syrup once, and you're considered the Skittles and maple syrup guy for life. I don't know if Lee ever showed you that.
Yeah, but Eric, yours were free.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to that skit in group chat.
Oh yeah.
We're funny. Every time we watch it, we just roll about laughing.
Yeah, it's just the stupid things you do at the last second that sometimes hit the hardest. So
yeah.
Anyway, what are you guys up to tonight?
Yeah, we're just having a good old whinge, putting the world to rights.
Yeah, same old crap, different day.
Yeah,
exactly. At least this time I can actually show up because I was asked a few weeks ago. I was in a wedding and all that kind of stuff. And as Kevin Pumala said, at least it's not your wedding.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
Anyway,
we can speak from experience, can't we, Matt?
Yeah.
So just a little Saturday night shoot the shit. Yeah, it's only 6:50 p.m. here, so I just came home from a barbecue. A friend of mine had a birthday, so his girlfriend had a surprise party for him. So I thought it was late, but she actually planned it very well. So yeah, I hung out for a bit. I'm like, well, you know what? I think I've had enough sun. I said I'd do this. I didn't want to miss the stream, so I'm plenty happy to hang out here too. It's just good.
It's always good to have you on, dude.
Exactly. We're gonna get some AC going on above me, and it's gonna be a grand old fucking time. So,
absolutely.
Yes, good to see you with our wizard friend. Exactly. Oh, hey, what's going on, dude? AJ. Yeah, man, this is awesome. I know we haven't chatted for a little bit, but it's good to see you here, and Eric and different people. I know Peter, me and him talk today. People, I don't know if I know Bill, but hi, Bill.
Has Eric got a girlfriend? Is there something he's keeping from us here?
No. This guy has a girlfriend. She organized the party, so she was cool and dug for me on the face tubes and just
get yourself on that first tube.
Lee won't marry me, PTSD. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Lee, that's a good thing for you, though. You don't have to worry about calling her the wrong name. You'll always be right, no matter what.
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, but even if you were, she would never know the difference.
Exactly.
Were they both spelled Lisa?
It's like what I say. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing.
No. So I got myself into a little conundrum, if you want to hear.
We always like to hear about your conundrums, Brian.
Yeah, well, anyway, a little dilemma I had that took me a second before I got here. So I like, actually, it was Ashley from Ola's Discord. She said, oh, it's a good thing from Tim Hortons. And obviously, it's showing we're both Canadian for talking Tim's. It's a vanilla cold brew. I tried it. I was like, fuck, this is really good. But the problem is it's like $3 or $4 like a pop. It's like, that's too much. So I started like making my own iced coffee, and I had to go buy, you can get this like Bailey's French vanilla cream at the superstore and stuff. So it's cool. I know Bailey's, we always think like Old Greg. If you guys remember the video Old Greg from the internet. I'm old Greg. Anyway, but this is non-alcoholic Bailey's because I'm not drinking these days at the moment. As for at least for a little bit. So I'll make some coffee and I just throw it in the freezer and get it good and cold. Throw some ice in there, some of that Bailey's. It's pretty good. And anyway, but I thought, I'll have one for later. And then I thought I'd leave it in there for like an hour and a half to be fine. Well, it's sat in there for 6 hours. So I got this friggin' block of friggin' ice cube coffee at this point. I'm like, fuck, I still want to drink this though. So I'm there heating it up in the microwave and smash it out with a knife and break it all up. So I got ice cubes in this coffee. So I got that here, but the ice cubes are legit coffee this time. So when it melts, it's still just coffee, not just watered down like fountain pop iced coffee, which is not a thing, but I've made it up now. But yeah, so here we are. That's why I'm a slight hair behind. Had to call the folks and stuff too for a sec. So but anyway, thanks for your patience.
Hey, no worries, bro. Hey, you're always welcome to join these streams. Always welcome, dude.
Hold up. It's hard for me to change from Yorkshire. Yeah, it is definitely the especially it's East Coast Canadian English too. You guys would probably do better with Newfoundlandese. I don't think we have any Newfoundlanders in the chat though, but if you heard some of them going, hey there, bye, and going on, like I think they told some British people here. I know a girl, she's British, and her parents, I don't know where they're from. I think more of the South somewhere. I don't know that for sure. I better watch saying that because if I got it wrong, I might get mad. Anyway, they told them once they migrated over to Canada many years ago, and said, "Well, we're gonna go to Newfoundland. Oh, you're gonna have a hard time understanding the Newfoundlanders." And I said, "Man, we went over there. We understood everything they said. It was so much closer to British English." They're like, "We thought it was great." But yeah.
Just when you said that, hey there, boy, that sounds like over here in Northern Ireland, because that's what they sound like.
Yeah.
Where?
Northern Ireland.
Oh, Northern Ireland. Oh, you know what? A lot of the Irish probably made its way over to this.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I got
know
Irish.
There's a heavy contingent
I got Irish.
over there.
I've got Irish in me. I don't know if I got British, but I definitely got Irish.
Dirty bastard.
Peter, 15 numbers of Skittles. I thought it's like Canadian English is way faster. Yeah, I'm probably also socially warmed up.
Caffeine from that Bailey's coffee.
Yeah. I know. I hear. No, I was actually probably. Thing is that I'm pretty warmed up from talking because I've been social for the last like 5 hours, and before that was just video editing and stores and shit. So
busy day, then.
Busy day. And the thing is, the video actually wasn't for YouTube. It was a wedding video I did for a friend. So it was different, easy to edit, but new challenges,
Yeah.
When you're editing, it's like, how do I fix this trash audio? I only found out I was doing it the last second. So I like to have a mic there. Didn't have that. When it comes to audio editing, you can't polish a turd.
No. I think somebody else is not that one. I think somebody else is getting ready to get blocked.
To get blocked?
Yeah, I saw that about the Welsh.
The Welsh are not cool. Not having that. Not having that block.
I'm missing something here. The Welsh. Who's talking about the Welsh? All the Welsh are cool. I don't have any attachment to any of it to know enough. I think out of the British people,
he might have got to sleep, the Welshman. He's been quiet for a bit.
Well, there's that like when I hear I'm so used to you talking, Lee, at this point. That to me on the internet, you're the normal British. But when I hear
I am not normal.
Except but in my mind, I'm like, I know Lee's accent because I'm used to it. It's like a pedal review and all that stuff. That sticks in my head. Yeah, exactly. But it's funny because I know an Australian and a British girl at work, and I'll hang out with them. And sometimes, man, she definitely has more of the Welsh.
Bill. Catch you in a bit.
Yeah, they have a bit more of the other. It's not like Swedes, Lee.
Swedish, yeah. Flirty.
I found honestly, the Swedes' humor is so weird. When I was talking to them, it's like it's not normal humor. It's like stoic or something.
Yeah, Iceland. I think the kind of the Scandinavian sense of humor is definitely.
Oh God!
A bit left field.
Yeah,
definitely is.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's definitely a similar sense of humour to the Brits. Definitely similar.
Oh no, I'm not. Don't get me wrong, because I'm getting flack here for saying that. No, it's not because it's not funny. It's because it is weird. I like weird humor.
Yeah,
I also like weird humor. It's probably why I like weird memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever call Peter Swedish.
No, he's definitely a Dane.
Yeah. I say that my boss at work is his missus. She comes from Danish descent. Yeah. He's only about 5'3". His missus is about 6 foot.
Yeah, the thing is, once you're 6'4", you can't get a guy that's taller than you too easy. So
Absolutely not.
You got to downgrade a little bit.
Yeah, she's not only is she from Danish descent, she's a redhead as well.
Oh Jesus!
Oh yeah.
I'll have 4 of them, please.
Yep.
So basically, he's asking her to reach stuff for him.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not that she don't do all the cooking and cleaning. He's the bitch in that house.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he's definitely got small dog syndrome.
Oh, Eric.
And it don't help that he's an ex-squaddy as well. Little man that's an ex-squaddy.
Why wasn't Jesus born sweet?
Oh Jesus.
Oh my god. I like that one.
How many of you had to drink tonight, Eric?
That was a good one.
What here you go, Brian. What's your opinion? Do you think we should get Eric on a stream?
I think you should definitely get Eric on this stream.
Exactly. I'm trying to get him on, but he keeps saying that his English is not very good. As you can see from that joke, his English is perfect.
Oh yeah.
If you want a serious answer, no one here is expecting perfection. I think everybody here is pretty patient. At least, well, I don't know about me, but I think these guys are pretty patient. I might be a dick.
I'm Glaswegian. I don't speak perfect English anyway.
You don't speak fucking English, mate.
Where are you from, Big G? I don't think we've met before.
Glasgow. Well, just outside Glasgow.
Glasgow, Scotland, right on.
Yep. Originally, yeah. Moved over here to Northern Ireland in 2010. So.
Okay.
Hey, Peter, there's nothing wrong with your English. And, you know, you're always welcome on as well. If you want to pop on, Pete, you're more than welcome, dude. Let me know. I'll send you a link.
Yeah, I think this webcam thing's working out okay today. It seems like it's pretty okay. Like it's fairly
looks pretty good, that dude.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, Lisa.
Yeah. I mean, what is perfect? What is perfect English?
Apparently
not mine.
King's English.
No, definitely not mine.
I don't know, but I've never managed perfect English yet.
You've managed perfect rubbish.
Oh, mate. I'm a class actor, right? I can talk complete rubbish for hours.
Absolutely. We usually do.
We do.
Yeah. And then you do it twice on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Eric's downvoting himself.
You guys having another stream tomorrow, did you say? Or,
no, we're not. Matt does
I do another show.
On another show.
Well, not yet, because Dave's not back yet. He's not long had the funeral for his brother, so he's...
No worries, Pete. Don't worry. We'll there'll be plenty of other streams for you to bob on.
I mean, you can go naked. You can be naked and sweating on, like, if we got on a different site, I mean, we'd be perfectly fine.
Well, doesn't matter. I'm naked from the waist down.
As professional job interview etiquette online. Just don't. I hope nothing jump scares you and you like stand up in a hurry. That's when it gets bad. It's like, oh shit.
No, that's when we're in a private stream with a certain Welshman.
No, might be the career start of your OnlyFans, but
it's bad enough when we have like just Darth in chat with us, you, me, and Lisa.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just getting up to go to the back. Darth,
switch your webcam off.
Just don't stand up. It's Mr. One Man Can Barely Stand.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little blue pill for that.
Oh no, not that way.
Oh,
no.
Yeah,
I heard that completely different.
No problems there.
Strong like bull.
I don't know. We need to start making some like more accurate commercials for these kind of products and stuff. What we could do, like, I don't know, some guy's driving around and he sees like a crane erecting a building or something. He's like depressed and he sees it. He's like, it's like having problems with whatever erectile dysfunction, and like then you see the crane fucking up and all this stuff, and then be like, Cialis's or something. They always show this guy like going, yes. It's like
the adverts we get here in Britain are just, it's just basically a guy dancing with his missus. That's it.
It's not even
But
a proper guy, though, is it?
it's not even real people. It's an action man figure like G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And some kind of.
Haven't you noticed, though, over the past 10 years in this country, the adverts have got so politically correct?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not allowed to make jokes about anything. You're not allowed to say anything that might offend anyone.
No.
Just deal with it. If you just.
I like Brian's idea. Just show somebody like looking at various things that are going.
I had an idea for another one,
and then the guy at the end going.
Yeah, for like here's another thing too. You get these commercials. And they have these ones for people who are constipated, having shit for a week or something. So they don't actually they always try to pretend it's something else. So like you see like this pipe, but it's like this like purple log going through it or something. It's like we all know that purple has nothing to do with this. We're not talking about the grimace. This is not fucking McDonald's here. We're talking about taking a shit. So I want one where it's like shows the guy, he's like looking out the window and it's like you're looking down. It's like kind of have like you gotta picture it like the color grading of the video has to be like a dull gray. Looking on a cloudy day. If like a dog's taking a shit outside, if you knock on the window, you go and they'll like look at you like this like stressed face, like this. Do that, but you have that, and he's looking at the dog, and they're having eye contact, but he's like right envious of the dog and different shit like that, and. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that'd be a funny commercial. It's like toilet paper. They also advertise that in this way. It's like it's so soft and all these things. They try to divert from what the topic is.
Geez, yeah.
Like it's like, but why don't they do it like Bounty, the quicker picker upper or something like But you can do that with paper towel. Why can't you do it with toilet paper?
It soaks all that shit up.
Yeah, it's like the adverts we use. I don't know if we still do for toilet paper over here for a certain brand that used to use puppy dogs to advertise toilet. What the fuck?
That's right. Yeah.
What's that going to do with toilet paper?
Yeah, it's like what? It's like we had these ones that was like white cats. It's like I'd rather have one. Like what I would do is I'd have we can have some white here, but what I would do is I would have like some video of like a perfectly white snowbank right next to a mucky puddle and have a truck drive through it, this big splash go up, smash, and make just that brown that white snowbank quite perfectly brown, and be like just all of a sudden like the whatever the brand of toilet paper come up afterwards.
Oh, Derek and Clive, absolutely classic sketches. Them.
I don't know.
Absolutely classic.
See, I always remember like adverts like when I was growing up, they just used to be straight to the point. It does what it does.
Thanks,
remember the old Solvite adverts, the glue.
Oh, glue!
It was just a guy getting stuck to the side of a building with this glue, and you're just like, so that's what it does. It glues shit together, straight to the point. You knew what it was.
Some guy in some fucking boiler suit stuck to a big piece of metal.
Nowadays, you've got to have some big fucking opera going on or something, and you find out it's just something mundane like, it's kitchen roll.
Now, I think for the glue commercials, that it should really show how it's made. It's like chopping horses up. And
horses.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioning that because we were just talking about Young Frankenstein earlier on. And I was saying about how there was a guy that we were watching a movie with, and he spoke German. And whenever Frau Blucher's name's mentioned, the horse goes mental. And we didn't realise Blucher is glue. So that's why the horse is going mental, because every time it hears glue, it thinks it's going to die.
Oh, man. What an ad. That's a good one. One thing is like they don't show enough too is like the actual like videos, like when you got like hot dogs, for example, they never show the hard workers at the factory doing stuff like mulching things up and doing whatever. Like for these premium hot dogs, like
the bits that people don't really want to be eaten.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I had a hot dog earlier, so I'm sure it was of the
I'm Scottish. I've ate haggis, and that's made of stuff that you don't really want to be
intestines.
Eaten. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had
Lungs,
chicken
heart,
buttholes
livers.
before.
I like proper haggis.
Haggis is fucking gorgeous. Just don't tell me what it is.
Proper haggis.
It tastes great.
Not supermarket shit.
I've never had that. It's something I've never had.
Don't tell me what it is as I'm eating it, please.
Hey, mate, you know me, I'd eat it anyway.
Well, yeah.
Well, you've eaten some fucked up shit, man.
Yeah,
So,
you've eaten spiders live. You've even eaten mushrooms live on the stream.
Yeah.
So
It's not to kill you.
somebody was
they weren't trying to kill you, yeah.
somebody was telling me once about the world's most expensive coffee, and apparently something had to do something with monkey shit. I'm like, who the fuck thinks I'm gonna make the most expensive coffee in the world? But I've studied like how to like filter it and make it taste better with monkey shit or something. I don't know. I could have been a bullshit story.
there's one, I think it's an Indonesian cat, a civet cat, and it shits the beans out. It eats the beans and then shits them out whole.
Yeah.
And it ferments the bean or something like that.
I don't care. I like coffee, yeah. But
As long as they clean it properly, I don't care.
shit coffee.
It's just like how can I make this expensive
Shit
coffee?
coffee
really
in the UK is known as Nescafe.
Yeah, that's true.
They have that here too.
Or Maxwell House. There's an old one.
Oh, God.
No.
That's one
You
for the
remember
teenagers,
Maxwell House, that powdery shit.
Guys, I can literally pick up coffee and drink it.
Coffee snack bites.
Just things that you didn't expect to happen on your stream, but did.
Yeah, goats as well. Yeah, but there is one. It's an Indonesian cat or something like that. A civet cat. I always remember the civet.
Why do they do that? Why would they make something like, oh yeah, let's let them eat it and shit it out first, and then we'll grind it up and let them drink it.
There's a load like that. You know, like the really bespoke coffees. You know, and this one's been shat out by this animal.
Well, if you want to
that makes it sound like it should be more expensive.
And it's nothing to do with coffee, but this did happen in Wales. We were on holiday in Wales. Yeah, exactly, Matt. we were in Wales a couple of years back on a week's break. We come out to the car one morning, and one of the seagulls had shit a full crab's claw out.
Oh shit!
Yeah. There's this fucking crab claw on top of the car. Lisa will fucking verify this.
Just imagine
that
convertible opened up. You know, you just get in. It's just like, it's like some dude trying to impress this girl, this date. Like, it's like, oh fuck yeah, it's going good. Just met online, of course, seems to be going good. First thing, she's sitting in like a shit out crab claw in front of the doll. Fucking nice creamy white goop on it, a little bit soft. Crunch.
Special sauce.
It's like
I'll get it to find that crab claw picture out, and I'll send it to you, G.
I want to see it too. It sounds great.
No worries. Oh, there you go. It's on a Facebook.
That sounds nearly as bad as some of them smoothies that I've drunk.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, man, you have drunk some fucking disgusting smoothies.
Why?
Yeah,
Charity.
Yeah, I did a charity live with somebody, and we were doing some smoothies, and all I can say is they were interesting.
Yeah, interesting is one word for it, I will say.
And that also proved that he has a stomach of steel and cast iron.
We had tuna. I've got to get this right. Tuna. We had baby eels in garlic. Just trying to think what else was in there now.
So not one you done. It was a strumming in it as well.
Be some like weird, like somewhat normal thing, like popcorn chicken or something like that, and then it's like I don't know.
There was all sorts of
easy stuff.
Because this is the problem. They were created by other groups of people. So they did.
I did one with that had olives in it as well.
Oh, no.
I actually like olives, but yeah, they're not in a smoothie. There was all sorts of weird shit we ended up putting in it.
Especially not with sardines and stuff like that.
Yeah,
No.
it's not a good combination. Not when it goes lumpy when he blitz it.
Oh,
All right, Pete. Catch you later, buddy.
Hey, have a good night, Peter.
But it's worth it for charity. I don't mind doing it.
for charity.
The next day, you're like, why did I do this?
Especially after a 12-hour stream.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's a 12-hour session in the toilet.
Yeah, well, I didn't even throw up.
No, you just nearly died after eating some mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there weren't those sort of mushrooms either.
No, they weren't the good mushrooms.
I wouldn't have minded if they were.
Oh, Jesus. I remember that stream when you had them. Oh, Jesus, man.
I subscribed to a channel on YouTube called Aaron and Claire. I just subscribed to it, but he's a cooking channel. What Aaron does, and of course, it's a lot of Asian food and stuff. They're from Korea, where I used to live, and whatnot. And one of the videos he's saying, "Hey, like if you like this, you can put in a bunch of hot peppers because don't blame me don't be crying my name when you're on the toilet the next day and having a code brown." And it's like, yeah, like true, because that's exactly what hot peppers do.
Oh, talking to channels about time. Fucking Solio eventually subscribed 2 days ago. Well, about time.
He's a bit slow, his old Mark, isn't he?
Well, yeah. Mind you, he's only little as well. It probably took him a while to get on chair to press the buttons.
He's tiny as Mark, you know, about 5'2".
Yeah. Bless him.
You got to wait for the rest of this coffee to melt a little bit more, or just pick it up and eat it like a snack. I don't know what's the proper thing to do, but yeah. So I see I'm even already dropping it already, but yeah.
Oh, there's a channel that we've got into watching. He's one of these van life channels. He lives and sleeps in his van. And he's actually from same town that I'm from. Oh, but the dude is such a miserable bastard. I mean, I'm miserable, but fucking hell, he is a miserable bastard.
Miserable.
Do tell.
Oh, dude. And I won't mind. The woman he's dating, he's from Barnsley, where I'm from, and she's from Sheffield. What a fucking combination that is. Yeah.
Even I know that's...
I was thinking you know the guy and he's just miserable.
No, I don't know him. Oh, Jesus. He is a miserable fucker. Oh, but he's... I mean, you might not get this, Brian, but his nickname for his missus, because she dresses in sort of leopard print stuff every now and again.
Yeah.
His nickname for his missus is Bet Lynch.
Oh, God, I knew you were going to say that.
I don't even know what you pronounced.
She were a character in an old UK soap opera called Coronation Street.
Oh, I know Coronation Street. Yeah, they play that here.
She was the landlady of the Rovers return.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I think she left about 20 odd years ago, didn't she?
Aye, because, well, Thingy and Liz took over. I didn't watch Coronation Street, though.
No, I can tell you we watch it.
I'm sure there's a lot of people do, but I mean, like, I can't picture you guys being 20 years younger and being like, man, Coronation Street's the shit, motherfuckers.
No.
It's like going to see
Coronation Street I watched.
I was like,
when I lived at home back in early 90s.
It's like, life's all about two things, Slayer and Coronation Street. Yeah, Slayer! And I engraved Coronation Street in my other arm. Just imagine.
There's the theme tune again. Do, 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 do.
That's what we should do. We should do a death metal cover of that.
Oh my God, you guys should do it. It'd be very perfectly British.
Now that's just got me thinking of fucking Bill Bailey when he was doing that.
Yeah.
Downton Abbey.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, Bill Bailey. Oh, he makes me fucking laugh every time I see him.
So I want to see him live, mate.
Yeah, I would love to go and see Bill Bailey live.
Such a funny man.
I think we had Bill Burr here recently. I don't remember where that was though. That might have been a week ago or something. So I wasn't here. There's a number of weekends this summer I haven't even been at home. So
I want to see you've just been on that boating trip. How about that?
Oh yeah, okay. So that was through my regular job, which I don't usually talk about on YouTube, but I work for the government here, and they were doing a groundfish survey. Now that's not my regular job to work on boats. I'm mostly working on the computer at home, and well, not at home, but I'm at the office too. I'm hybrid, but they needed help on the survey, and they have trouble getting people to want to go because you got to commit to at least a couple weeks to being on the boat. So I said, "Man, I've never done this before. I'm gonna try to go." And they gave me permission. And once all of a sudden one day got an email said, "Hey, if you got this email, we've selected you to go." So I was like, "Sweet." So then July came around, and what it was is to go. They were getting groundfish to study the weight, the size, whatever comes up in different stations that they have mapped out. And my job was actually to collect water samples. And so I had to operate this big thing called the Rosette with a CTD, and that stands for conductivity, temperature, and depth. And we have these bottles that you have open up, and it's all hooked up to this big piece of rack equipment. And that piece of rack equipment, it fires off these bottles from the computer. So I had to work with different guys with the winch, and I have to make decisions based on the depth of the ocean, like where to put this thing. I tell them where to take it. There's this big list of things, and at first it's the most overwhelming thing in the world, but after a bit you get it. Well, I was working with I've worked labor jobs and stuff with different people before, but I was working with a lot of older guys who worked at sea probably their whole lives. And you know that office political correctness that the world loves, you're talking about that goes all out the window once you're offshore. That everybody's pretty respectful, but leave your ego at home and all that stuff, because you start swearing exponentially more. Everybody's just and these guys, like, if they were awesome people to work with. I'd love to go back, but
so it's true what they say about sailors then.
Sailors? What?
It's true what they say about sailors.
Sailors or seamen.
Sailors.
Or seamen, yes.
Sorry, I thought you said sealers, like people who kill seals. But, that's the thing that topic came up today. No, that topic came up today. There's actually that's a job for some people. It's actually killing seals, like no joke.
Oh, but, Jesus.
Yeah, the fish people. Yeah, that's their job is they go kill seals to help the fishery. It also helped the fishery if you didn't overcatch things, but maybe the world hasn't caught on to that one yet. Anyway,
see you later.
I love my
see you later, wife. I'm going clubbing.
Anyway, to explain, I had this thing, and we'd have to put that down to the depths, and I'd have to collect this boat. I think it's 5 liters of water, and he would fire this thing off on the computer. So I'd have to watch the time and all this kind of stuff, and we bring it up to certain intervals, and we would collect these things up. And they ran all this from a winch, so I had people who knew how to do that, and I would just make the decisions for where to put that. And then I had to collect all that when I had to collect oxygen samples, nutrients, different things. I didn't study. It was basically a lab tech on a boat for 2 weeks. They feed you super well. I did get to work in the fish lab, as most of it is they're actually getting fish, but I was doing a different job. So I actually had more work, but I had a whole lab. So I bought a Boss Katana Mini to take on the boat.
Cool.
And, anyway, so I had that lab so I could play guitar, but it turned out there was other guitar players in the boat too. So one guy would come by and practice for the show he had after the
nice.
He was doing some more of acoustic things. We actually jammed when we were out at sea too, which was fun. So there was a few people that were playing guitars and stuff on the boat, and I had the electric, so they were all trying my solar out, which I took. And but yeah, we were doing this job. So I'll tell you the one story is, at first when you get this list of shit, and it's not that hard, I promise, like you could do it. But at first you're just like, what the fuck does any of this mean? Like, all right, put it here, keep it here for this long, do this, do that, but also put this thing out in the water, and then don't forget to do this. So either way, I had this guy, and we had a temperature gauge we had on a buoy, and he had to put a pin in it to turn it on. And we would just collect the sea surface temperature is all it was, and you just pull it in, write it down, and you were done. That's all you had to do. It was real simple. But either way, they opened these two big doors up. And when those doors are open, you got to have all your safety gear on, your life jacket, your hard hat, your steel-toed boots and stuff. And anyway, once you get used to it, you just kind of like, you got this 5-minute downtime and there you're just chilling with the guys and hanging out. But at first, the guy's like, hey, you want to put this in the water? Sure, we'll put this in the water. And I put the pin in it. Well, that went right over his head. He didn't hear me. So we had everything to do. We also had to use a plankton net sometimes to collect plankton. You should send down to the bottom with about 10 meters at the bottom. And hold up. I didn't get seasick, actually. It's funny, but that first night felt weird. I had Gravol, but I got my sea legs like that. And I like boats, so I don't mind. But we had this plankton net. Well, they shut the doors, and somebody goes, oh, man, you shut the doors, didn't bring the stupid temperature thing in. Simple mistake. And then you hear some guys like, get the hat. They have a pink hard hat they call Pinky, and it's the hard hat of shame when you fuck up. So I had to wear a pink hard hat for the rest of this thing, and everybody fucking at the whole last time, like, I'm wearing this thing, and I don't think they knew what it even meant. But this girl was training me to do this stuff. She was the expert in all this stuff, and she was honestly wonderful to work with. And anyway, I put that. She all of a sudden she comes over with the hard hat. It literally says Pinky on it, so I'm wearing it. Everybody had a small catch. They had nothing to count hardly, and they're all up. So everybody sees me all at once. I'm wearing this fucking pink hard hat of shame. And I don't think many of them were super aware of it. Anyway, I was like, whatever. There's worse things I've done in my life than wear a pink hard hat. It was a simple mistake and no big deal. So either way, I think I got along a lot better with the guys after that when I didn't get all butthurt that I had to wear a pink hard hat. I was like, considering there's pink guitars that I would buy and play, that I can wear a pink hard hat. It's totally fine. They were laughing, but I tell you, that was what I learned the most because I never had to wear that pink hard hat twice the entire trip. But I would go back to the white one, but it was pretty fun. I'm just
Jenny, Kai's brother, and he's been captain in a boat over in Denmark, and while he was over there doing all these trips, taking the guys out to the oil fields, he found out he was seasick.
Yeah, it's that did happen to somebody. So I don't know. I got Gravol, which is just something you can get at the grocery store here, which is just helps with motion sickness. Which I'll tell you, that first night was a little bit weird. It's like that feeling when you're coming on with like a bit of a flu or something. It's like I feel unbalanced, but my stomach was fine. Well, the next day I was good as gold, and even when it got rougher, I was fine. And it wasn't rough out there for a big vessel at all, but it's still, you're going up and down everything in your life. Like when you're showering, you're like doing this, you're stumbling around. But down, so you can get a better medication called meclizine, but only certain pharmacies sell it. So you need to find a compound pharmacy, and the compound pharmacy can make it for you, but I think it's like $1 a pill, and they don't all have it. So it takes a while.
Hey, Mike.
But the U.S. sells one called Bonine. So the people who lived by the U.S. that were on the boat, because a lot of them lived much closer to the U.S. border than I do. They lived up in New Brunswick. They brought Bonine. Well, one morning, a girl on the other shift came out. I would hang out all the time on the boat. I would hang out like outside. I just loved looking out. Nothing. It's great. And I would hang out, and one morning she comes up and like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, I'm so sick. And they gave her Bonine stuff and nothing helped. Eventually just sort of done. I don't think anybody else got seasick when I was there though, and I didn't worry about it. And I think after that was fine. But he threw up Vimeo sick. What is Vimeo sick, Jenny?
Vimto. It's the autocorrect. Vimto's like a mixed berry kind of
Like a mixed berry sort of
cordial drink.
That you mix with
I
water.
thought Vimeo was also a website, or am I thinking?
It is
is.
all directed to Vimeo. Doesn't recognise our British fucking soft drinks.
Vimto. I don't know. I had some things, but
like a blackcurrant drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, it was an awesome trip. So I got to. There's a picture. I don't know. I have to send it to you or something. But there's one where I'm holding some ridiculous looking fish, and everybody's like, "What the fuck are you holding?" Like, it's the most ugly, huge fucking fish. There was another one called a monkfish, and the teeth in it are just
monkfish.
Yeah, you know what I mean. They had a monkfish, and I want to write some instructions of things like not to do. It's like, don't put your balls in the monkfish's mouth. It's just shit like that. But man,
they look ugly, but they taste amazing. Apparently.
Oh, do they? I never had monkfish, but
monkfish is a big restaurant favorite over here.
Oh, really? Anyway, but this was a groundfish survey and stuff. So when we didn't have any of the water things to do when I first started out there, it was they said, "Hey, do you want to come help out down there?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure. I'd like to get some experience there too." So I did, but the one thing is, like, they had to find their own alone places, but because there was only 2 of us on shift and it was the opposite 12 hours, I had the lab. So my lab, I got like metal playing in there and stuff while I'm working, because my other coworker Madison, she left one in there. So like first thing, I think she comes in one day, I got like Meshuggah playing, like the old cadaverous mastication and stuff like that, and humiliative, like that's probably more of my favorite Meshuggah is that older stuff, but yeah, people would come in. We'd be playing whatever. I don't think they always. I don't think there's anybody really jive with that kind of music on the boat too much. So the other guy came in. He did more of an acoustic blues thing. So we would kind of jam that kind of thing. I would just improvise and kind of learn his styles and stuff. He was a great guy to chill with.
Cool.
The one thing is, like, it's kind of like being on tour in like a van or something all the time. Like, not everybody's willing to talk all the time. So sometimes you're the chipper dude, but everybody else is just like, I'm not feeling people right now and stuff. So I had plenty of alone time too, but it was good. So I haven't dug the katana out of the box. I've been back to the big rig energy of the actual Kemper and the other thing there too. But it's a piece of product to review at some point here, so I need to actually do that. The little katana is with it, man. A little katana is it's for like a little amp. You used to buy those things that were gimmicky things, like pig nose amplifiers. Remember those?
Yeah, all the pig nose, the little 2-watt Marshalls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's all these little things. These little bosses, they're like yay big, and they're fucking awesome. You get like a clean crunch and a brown sound.
The Yamaha one, they're quite good as well.
The what is it?
Yamaha.
Oh, the little Yamaha ones. Yeah, they're a little tube amp. They cost some more money. They should be a little bit better though at that point. Yeah, that's the bougie version. But I like this one. Somebody said, "Don't be bougie tonight." I was looking for a fork to eat cake, but apparently this house ran out of forks. So it was like freaking custard on one side and icing on the other. I'm just like, they're like, "Don't be bougie." And then I walked out, and like, I should ask these people if I can play their guitars right now. My hands covered in goop.
Just you mentioning the pig nose, it was something in my head clicked there, and I'm thinking, there's a connection. Pig nose, the guy that created the pig nose, Richard Edlund, worked in Star Wars.
Oh, cool.
Really? Katana Air. Yep. No, it's not the Katana Air, Eric. It's the Katana Mini. It's like a 7-watt amp. It's a little cool. It's a nice little thing.
Well, he was a co-creator.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. Richard Edlund, he was a co-creator of the pig nose, and he also worked for George Lucas.
That's super cool. It was another amp like that. You could get a pocket version of it. Was the Tom Schultz Rockman. Remember the Rockman stuff from? Remember Tom Schultz from Boston?
Oh yeah.
He had the Rockman, and it had that Boston sound. I'm pretty sure it was all like modeled kind of stuff too, and it was kind of a little bit ahead of the curve there, but stuff. But they had one of those too. And there's pig nose, like you said, the little Marshalls and stuff, but. I think the Boss stuff is absolutely knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, I'd like to try one of those katana amps out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing good, Drake. Yeah, it's been a while. Hope you're well, bud.
Yeah, the amp technology's gotten so freaking good.
It's like that little thing I tried out the other week, the Moore Prime.
Oh, I gotta watch that video. I haven't watched any videos on it for like a week or so.
That is an absolutely fantastic little piece of kit.
Yeah. The last video I watched of yours was the Quebec pedal, and I know you and Daryl V both did the Quebec pedal, and I checked that out from GupTech, which is actually I just was in Quebec last week, but for Metallica and stuff. But
yeah, don't forget to check that review out.
Yeah, I did check that out. I've watched that video.
That one absolutely worth every penny. And if you're a thrash fan, Gary Holt has got one of these in his rig.
There's a few. I know it's a GupTech pedal and stuff. I know they're Canadian. There's another one from the Ukraine. It's apparently good. I think it's the Gent Tonic or something. A few people told me that is an incredible pedal. It's like a little bit more unique or something. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I haven't got to try it before. I'm pretty sure Daryl has one too. But Dennis Nielsen, awesome dude. Check out Dennis's work. He does a lot of covers. He does a lot of MGK covers and stuff. But Dennis is one of my online buddies that I talk to a lot too, and just a killer dude.
I need to check that out yet, Eric. I haven't checked that video out yet, dude. I will check it out this week.
Did you see Fluff's latest?
No.
The smart guitar.
Smart
guitar. It's got all of your. It's got a pedal chain. It's got a 4-pedal chain built into the guitar. So it's like you can actually plug headphones directly into the input.
Wild.
That sounds similar to the Moore GTRS.
Yeah. That's what made me think of that, because you hook it up to your computer, you can download your different effects, your IRs and everything, and it's just on board on the guitar. That's I don't know if it's any good yet, but that kind of technology is going to be good for it's just shrinking everything down to the main instrument then, instead of having like an extra bit of equipment like a laptop or your Kempers and it's just everything.
I would like to try Tonex pedal out. I've got the software. I've got to do a video on the software side of it. I've heard lots of good things about the Tonex.
I've heard bad things about the Tonex too. Kevin says he got one. He wasn't really happy with it, but a lot of people are saying they are happy with it. I don't know. I haven't used it myself, but it's all these things like it's the Kemper killer. I've heard everything's the Kemper killer, and yet nothing has killed the Kemper yet. I don't know. They don't.
Exactly. I mean,
I don't give a shit.
I mean,
it's what you like.
Outing technology and modeling technology over the last 10 years has just.
It's off the charts.
It's a good time. It's a good time to be.
This is the best time to be home recording musician.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've got all the amp sims. I mean,
sorry, Eric. I didn't know that. I'm new here.
I'm subscribed to Fluff.
Don't worry, Eric. He will get punished.
I'm subscribed to Fluff. I'm guessing getting kicked out of the stream now for admitting such a thing.
But... Brian, can you send me Pinky?
No, Pinky's off to sea somewhere. I can't go find that.
I was going to say I'll wear it next stream.
No. I don't know why you can't. I don't. Okay, I mean, why do people think you can't mention Fluff here? I don't understand.
I don't mind anybody.
I don't.
I mean, I don't watch much of his stuff these days. I watch him every now and again.
I used to watch him and I stopped for a long while, and then I saw that review and I was like, oh. Sounds intriguing.
I love bugging Joel, a Red Dawn there in Discord about his his hate for Aguifish. Aguifish, he is kind of annoying. I get it, but some of his channel actually isn't that bad either. So I've watched a few of his videos recently, and Aguifish is actually he's pretty cool. I don't know the guy at all. I've never spoke to him. I don't think I'm subbed to him. Am I? I don't know. I see him kicking around sometimes. Like, hey, you got a cool video or something. I need to actually ramp up the YouTube stuff again. I'm feeling it. So I got to finish recording this song first. I think I did that.
Oh, man. I've got 3 or 4 songs I've got to record yet.
Yeah, I'm like, well, just because I still got to record the singer, but and saying that, like, I got my parts done, so until she can come over, I'm like, I got to start ramping this up because, like, don't let this go. Anyway, the one thing that so I got to do that because it's like, man, it's like, I've been watching videos and I love Daryl V's new edits. I don't know if Daryl's even in this chat or watching this, but
no,
if he is, I'm gonna if he is or isn't, or he watches this later, oh my god, he's getting so good at editing because he's doing stuff for Taylor. But it's like, man, he got that fast.
Taylor's awesome.
He's got that fast paced thing going, and I was watching some cooking videos too, and they've got that kind of thing happening. It's like I gotta take a little bit from Daryl because he's got something happening here.
Yeah, I mean, stuff that Daryl's doing, I've sort of tried to take some of that as well into some of, over the last couple of reviews I've done, sort of like not necessarily fast paced, but sort of keep changing the scene a bit where I'm the main in the main focus, and then I'll be in the corner, and the amps him or the pedals are the main focus.
Yeah,
and then change it around.
It's just it's kind of like this pacing of things. And the worst thing about that is so I'm one of those people, like some people like the style that I do where I'm kind of just hanging out, but it's really like I look at the retention rate of some of those videos and it's never good, but it's not really my fault, but it's just how people are.
Yeah, every now and again you've got to change things up.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I kind of want to come back and obviously want to do more music video kind of content and stuff, but it's hard because you're trying to collaborate with people. They're working too, so I can't always get them recording. There's that whole process there.
I know what last stream I said I was going to get the drums together for the next Lords of the Race. I didn't get a chance to do that. I'm going to get that done in the next couple of weeks. So anybody that wants to join that, he's more than welcome.
Can I join?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
I think this next one, I think we're gonna up the tempo a bit, and there may be some blast beats in this one.
Nice. Oh, do it.
Yeah,
sounds fantastic. I'm gonna do the noise for him. I'm sorry, dude.
But yeah.
It's more
should have been ASMR. I bet somebody, some e-girl somewhere is probably doing that. Some dude's like, oh yeah, I'll give you more tokens on whatever site they use. Keep going. The world's a weird place. To get back on the topic.
Whoa, easy tiger.
Anyway,
we definitely need to get G on a Lords of the Race.
I know. I need to get my finger out and get back to doing stuff musical again because I haven't for about a month and a half, 2 months.
I love your purple vibes up there, man. In that room, I love it.
You want to check his channel out on
OnlyFans.
I'm supposed to be doing.
That's big.
I thought you said on OnlyFans. You mean one man's dance? My God.
I'm supposed to be doing my second album right now, and I've just not touched an instrument for about 2 months.
All right, I got your page open, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure you're up one more subscriber. Guy, I talked to a little bit. I didn't realize that he had a YouTube channel, and I saw that he had 777 subscribers. So I go, there, I ruined it. You have 778 now. But anyway, which is cool. So
and the people on screen, we don't buy subscribers like certain people that we know.
No. I consider it as people I collaborate with, and I'm sorry for those that don't, but generally if I'm collaborating with them in some way or form, I make sure I click the subscribe button for their channels.
Absolutely.
Because,
I will warn you, this stuff, it's a mix of genres that I do.
Fine. I love a mix of genres, man.
Absolutely.
And I like that band Sleep Token. They're a mix of genres themselves. So
Where have they been all my life?
That's it. We've lost G now. He's gone into his fanboy phase again.
Definitely. Well, somebody else that was here actually showed me them once, but I checked it out. Like, man, this is a cool song. But I ended up getting really into them after I heard the song "The Love You Want." It still has never left my on repeat playlist. Like, it's something I listen to all the time. I actually listen to the instrumental version of that record too. And it's actually pretty cool. Let's like break it down. I had an 8-string here for a little bit, and I ended up learning some of the riffs. But that one for the summoning, it's hard, man. That one I couldn't get that down. That was just that thing. I got alkaline. I could do alkaline. I could do dark, a little bit of dark signs that had stuff. I can somewhat play "The Love You Want," that one with the guitar. There's not a lot of guitar in some of it, and that's there's some of the reason I bought a MIDI controller again, so just mess with things and stuff. And last Lord of the Riffs is when I actually kind of actually threw that into things where I actually had like piano and stuff happening. Poorly played, but
that would have cool intro though.
And it's just because sometimes it's just playing guitar. I've been doing that for 20 years. Sometimes like, well, you do the same thing, or let's see what we can drag out of this, and then we'll build some guitar up around that. And so then it's not so much just straight up metal and stuff all the time, but it still ends up. I end up just shredding on things anyway because it's fun. And that's what it's all about. But
Lee, what Lisa said, because they're another band. Like I was talking about Igor earlier on. They're another band. Yeah. There's not many other people at all doing that kind of stuff.
We got one of their albums. I can't remember which one it is, and we just couldn't get into it at all. It just all seemed like really sort of sloppy pop music type stuff.
It's got R&B elements in it. Yeah,
it has a lot of that.
I will say that.
I think there were one song that were pretty chunky on it, but the rest of them were just like, nah.
So
I can't remember what album. I think it might have been a pretty old album.
Yeah.
And I know Chris MTM, he absolutely loves Sleep Token.
So, the one thing I find was like, I do find some repetitive stuff on their albums. Like wait, it's like these songs all start up with the same piano thing, like a little different, but it's like I can't differentiate between it. So then I'm finding the songs that are like that really stand out in there. Sometimes it's like, how did this make it on the album? I don't really understand how this one is here. But there's other songs I'm like, hey, this is really killer. This is good shit. I dig this. So
I'll tell you one I'm really looking forward to now after hearing the 2 songs they released recently is Tesseract's next album.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
That's not a band that I was really ever into. I liked like the odd track, but they released the first track of what's going to be in the new album. It's called War of Being, and it is immense.
I'll have to check that out. It's still with Dan Tompkins, right?
The
singer.
Yes. Still
him. They had a different one. I saw a thing once that somebody wrote in a meme that says, Tesseract with Dan is Besteract.
Yeah. Yeah, because he left and then he came back again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But I think that guy's in about like 30 fucking bands. So.
Yeah.
Or he was. I don't know. He's a sought after singer. But you know what? As good as he is, like he sounds amazing at Tesseract, but there was a band that were called Hadji's Kitchen. I might be saying it wrong. They did some songs. They did like Machine, great song. They had a few songs in the old Broly Dragon Ball Z movies too, which was like Day After Day and Lost. They were awesome songs, and they had this singer on it. That singer apparently passed away, but a number of years ago they ended up re-releasing some of these songs with Dan Tompkins. And like, as much as Dan is good, the original magic of these songs has been lost. They should have just left them, because the actual original Lost is perfect the way it is. I get it. Maybe it's not this super clean vocalist like Dan, but I thought it sounded perfect.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you don't need a Dan Tompkins.
See, I know just from reading, because as I said, I wasn't really that into Tesseract, but after hearing those 2 tracks, I started reading up on them a bit more, and I know that Dan's had a bit of flack for being too clean sometimes, but these tracks, I know, if it works for the track, it works for the track. That's simple as that. But these tracks have got a good mix of cleans, dirty vocals, and it's just, and everything in between as well. He's got a lot of really nice wee techniques he throws in.
I mean, it's like that track I shared with you guys that we mixed out of Bobby's Mix Crate.
Yep.
It's got that mixture of clean vocals right in the sort of middle part.
I like that. I never used to.
Yeah, and then the rest of the song, he basically sounds like Jeff Walker from Carcass.
Yeah. Well, there was a band, the band that got me liking that kind of style of vocals, like doing the cleans and doing the screams right after, was Circles, an Australian band.
Yeah.
They got me really into that style of vocals because Perry, the original vocalist, was almost like Mike Patton.
Yeah.
Where he could just transition from the clean into a scream, just smooth, in one word.
What got me into that sort of vocal style, that sort of death metal, and then the clean vocals, Fear Factory.
Mm-hmm.
See Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, Fear Factory, like obsolete era Fear Factory is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was a little young to catch that when that first came out, but I would have heard that on stickdeath.com, if anybody remembers what stickdeath.com was. It was a stupid website. It didn't age well, but when you're 12 and seeing stick figures kill each other, and then like they have all these skits and stuff.
So it is what it says in the tin.
Yeah, it's literally called Stick Death. It was the dumbest thing, but it's edgy humor when you're 12 and you think it's funny as all heck. And it's like, I'm a badass. I'm looking at stickdeath.com on the school computer, and we did all that stuff. And they would have this guy who wrote it. He obviously was a metalhead, and one of the songs that was actually in there at one point was Shock by Fear Factory.
Oh, that's cracking.
And you hear Shock, or it'd be like something, I don't know, the guy gets shot or something and like loses his head, and all of a sudden a car is driving by and you hear, landmines have taken my speech, the car going by. Just like random shit like that would happen in them. So obviously the guy was into like all that kind of stuff. And you hear Super Beast by Rob Zombie. My introduction to Fear Factory was back in high school, and it was
Billy Canadian.
Yes, I am. The archetype lineup of Fear Factory is 100% different lineup than it is today, because Burton C. Bell is not in Fear Factory anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That was something.
I don't know. 2 or 3 years ago he left.
Yeah, something Herrera was on drums. Some other guy. I think it was the bassist of Fear, or not Fear. Obviously Fear Factory, and a strapping young lad. What was his name?
No, I think the bass player from Fear Factory moved from bass to guitars because
he did. But the
Dino had left.
Yeah, Dino left, but that was Christian Old Wobblers.
Yeah.
But they had brought Byron Stroud from Strapping joined Fear Factory at that time to play bass. And anyway, that band literally could get back together. It would be like the archetype lineup again, because Fear Factory could be a whole other band with like Dino. But the Dino stuff was good, but I thought the actual song Archetype and there was another one there too from that era of Fear Factory that was really good. It wasn't actually bad Fear Factory. It just wasn't Dino. Yeah. It was dirty, but it was what they did.
It was Christian trying to be Dino, and
it doesn't work.
No, there's only Dino can play like Dino.
I saw a video, no joke. There was like I don't know, it was a clinic or something somewhere, and Dino actually played the song Archetype. He actually played Christian's song because people wanted to hear it. Sadly, that album is not on Spotify for obvious reasons, but or I think, I don't know, but I actually liked the song Archetype. I still think it's a good song, but that was my real introduction to them. But yeah, when you hear stuff like the stuff from Obsolete and whatnot, like Shock and those songs, they're high quality.
Demanufactured. When Dino had Divine Heresy, that would have fucking good album as well.
Oh yeah, he was in a few bands that were all more like underground death metal bands.
Yeah, because he was one of the original members of Brigera.
Yes, you were correct.
Yeah, big fan. I've got to admit, I do like some of the Brigera stuff. Went to see them a couple of years back with
them since the 90s.
Napalm Death.
Oh, nice.
And there were 4 bands on that bill. So you got Napalm Death, Brigera, Power Trip before the lead singer passed away, obviously, and Lock Up. And Shane Embry from Napalm Death, the bass player, played in Napalm Death, Brigera, and Lock Up. So we were playing in 3 out of the 4 bands.
Jesus.
On every night of that tour.
He must have been exhausted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's brutal. That's a lot of playing, but he obviously enjoyed it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Killer tour for him. He doesn't have to take time off.
I've got a lot of time for Shane Embry. He's a good dude.
Yeah. Get him on the stream.
Yeah. Not dealing with you guys. You need 50,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta ramp mine up because sometimes I'm like, man, I know, like I'm doing good shit. It's just getting those fucking numbers is like the hell ride. And I mean, I'm busy too in my life, so whatever.
I mean, my numbers aren't doing too bad, but what I've noticed is about March, it's views that have gone down a little bit. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I don't know whether I'm getting a little bit shadow banned here and there, but hey ho.
Things changed. It wasn't like it was like 2020 to 2021 was just fucking banging for getting views and stuff. And then once the doors opened up and it just went it's shit and the platform changes and stuff. And then short form content has come along and it's made it really hard to do long form all the time. I still think people.
I won't say I'm trying to shorten the content, but I'm trying to make the content not quite as long, if you will. I mean, some amp sims, some amp sim videos will take 15, 20 minutes. A pedal demo, you can do a pedal demo in under 10 minutes, no problem.
I'm still
rather than trying to waffle on too much, which I know I do a lot of that.
I do it too.
It's just people just want to hear what the fucking pedal sounds like.
Yeah, and it's hard to know because there's some people they want to listen to and there's some people they don't. I think Peter said he liked hearing me ramble on and stuff. Some people like it. Sometimes I'm watching myself, I'm like, fuck, I really need to revamp this a little bit. I mean, things have evolved over time too.
Exactly, yeah.
I've definitely evolved too, but it's just like you're trying to do things your own way, but sometimes your own way is just not the way people just. Everything's fast paced now. It's like more.
Yeah. I try and change things up. I'll do the pedal demos. I'll do the amp sim demos, and then every now and again I'll do a mixing video or a mix breakdown. A mix breakdown will not take 20 minutes. A mix breakdown is going to take 45 minutes to an hour easily.
But that's the one thing with that, though, to keep in mind is that if that's how long it's going to take you, you're going to continue to do it. Just do it with the way it's going to make it right, because the people who want to watch that are still going to watch that.
Exactly.
I mean, when you're doing something like that, it's not going to be a viral video. You're literally helping one part of the niche out. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
If doing a mix breakdown, like you said, helps one person, then that's awesome. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a great mixer, but I'm not a car salesman either.
That was a low blow.
Yeah, and
no, I totally agree.
Oh Jesus! Anyway,
sorry, I had to get that in.
Anyway, yeah. So it's one of those things. Like sometimes you got to just serve the video the way it's supposed to be, and not worry about always doing like viral content. Like I had a video last week got over 1,000 views, or in the last week or so. It was like I said, if Saint Anger had a guitar solo, and I did that, and it was about like under a minute, and people still can't get through it. And the comment section was like, a very positive place, and it was really fun. And it did good, but somewhere along the line, YouTube just stopped showing it to people, and it just cut out of like 1.5K views. It's like weird. It's like, oh no, this isn't good enough to recommend. So
they're only really pushing shorts these days.
At the minute, that's what they seem to be pushing.
Shorts and 4K.
Yeah,
and I do 4K, and that's fine.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's really it's a pain in the dick sometimes. You put that's why sometimes it's like I don't put the effort in, but sometimes like, hey, these kind of formats are working, and there are videos like I'm like, I don't like doing these reviews sometimes. And it's like, but sometimes those have done so well for me. It's been just like it takes up. It's almost like a fraction of the channel, like a big chunk of that channel is that video alone. And some people are like, hey, this is great. I've literally had like one of the Epiphone videos modding one. Someone around this province that I happen to work with at a job decided one day he was going to mod one. He searches it, and who shows up? Me. He goes, dude, I looked it up. Like, all of a sudden, you're there in the search. He goes, that's insane. Like, yeah, that's where I am. But as I don't want to do. I don't want to do necessarily content that's just always searched and always going to be like that thing. But I want to do what I want.
The most watched videos have been on this guitar.
Yeah, because it's a cheap guitar, and cheap guitars, my cheap videos almost always work.
Yep.
Here is a funny one. I don't think the guy's necessarily bad. I'm not going to bash him for it, but I had a few videos on the Harley Benton travel guitar, and of course, it came out of the box like a piece of dog shit, but it was $89 or something. So anyway, I bought it to do some content with it. I'm not going to do a review. I'm like, okay. I said it sucks. Some people get butt hurt because I said it sucked. And I mean, it does suck. It's not a good guitar. It's okay. I still play it, actually, to be honest. Like, it sits upstairs. I pick it up fairly often and play it. But then we did a video. Me and Mike were just doing things. Mike Brunt, awesome dude, Fireside Guitars. Shout out to him. Anyway, he goes, oh, we're just going to pull the neck. So we just had a video of us doing things. And I thought, I'm going to do a redemption round. This one goes like, you've been like totally captivated by that guitar, man. You got to let it go and blah, blah, blah. But it's like months after I've done the content. And it's like, huh? Like, look at the date. Like, am I still making these videos to this day? No.
Well,
but people get weird about stuff. I don't understand.
I mean, like me, I did a video on the Solo when I first got it. And then I did a second video on it when I had it for like 18 months, 2 years.
Yeah, I did that too, and it went really well for me.
Yeah.
A lot of people watch that, and I'm just like straight up honest with it. Like, I'm not going to sit around and suck. No, how do I phrase it? Suck up to Ola.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna do that, because at the end of the day, like, there's being honest. Like, I like Ola, but I'm not a member in that. I mean, I'm essentially a member of that community, but I don't pay for it. I'm not on the Discord or anything like that at this point. But like, the way I see it, it's a bag of flesh. I don't need to be like, Ola, whatever. You make the greatest guitar ever. Trust me, there's guitars that are better, but I play my Solar 6-string all the fucking time. Yeah. So I like that guitar a lot.
Your reviews are like mine, the consumer's reviews.
Yeah.
All the stuff you'll buy.
Yeah, and I'm just like gonna be honest about those, but like, I play that all the time. Like, I don't need to sit there and say like, oh yeah, there's better guitars, there's worse guitars, but I don't have the cracked issues. I wasn't a fan of the switch. I had to replace a switch in one of them, and the pots or shit. Otherwise, that's a solid guitar, man. There's people who pick that up like that's the best guitar ever.
Ready for swapping on this. Either it's ready for swapping or it needs some switch cleaner in it.
Yeah, switch cleaner would work a lot too. Although I think me and Mike are just going to put some actual alpha pots in it, which is what that really needs, is alpha pots.
I've got to admit that the pots could do with being better. Yeah,
that they're JF pots, the common hose. But otherwise, like, the playability of the Solar is fantastic. Like, what you get for the features, like, I think they're a little on the pricey side, but so is LTD, so is Schecter. So is Ibanez. It's brutal.
Put it this way: I've got 2 Solars, and I've tried a couple of Chapmans, and Chapmans are roughly in the same ballpark price,
Yeah.
I'd pick Solar every day over Chapman.
Yeah. Whatever they did with the Solar design, yeah, 90% of them do need new pots. I agree with that. But I will say this, like, as for something I can play it as a workhorse, they are awesome guitars. And sometimes
exactly.
Exactly. Many of them do. The main thing is like that it's a workhorse. You don't necessarily want a case queen, and that's why the Solar, I think, just kicks ass.
I mean,
making a mess.
Yeah, the day I bought that Ibanez, I tried a Chapman out same day at the same guitar show. I think there was £10 difference. I think the Ibanez was £10 dearer, and there was a world of difference between the two guitars. Absolute world of difference.
Now, currently, if I'm gonna buy another guitar like those, I'm kind of like I want like the really high end market kind of thing. But I played a few. I went to Steve's Music in Montreal last weekend, and there were some guitars there just you don't see here. They had like one of the more like higher end made in America Jacksons. That's like over 3,000. It was a 7-string camo. Oh man, that I didn't play it, but they had that, and they had an overpriced LTD Kirk Hammett, the V one, the Arlequin one gold. It was beautiful, but it's too much money. But it's still LTD makes killer stuff. I really like the LTD stuff.
I mean, you've seen pictures of that recent Jackson I've just bought.
Yeah.
I'm not going. Well, I think I've told you the price I paid for it. I'm not going to say it on the stream, but yeah.
Over $9,000, Lee. You overpaid $9,000 for that guitar.
Hey, the price I paid for that.
Yeah.
I weren't leaving it there.
No, exactly. Yeah, but I ended up playing an Ibanez Scott LePage signature. I think it was the Japanese one because it was over $2,000. Such an awesome instrument. It was like the AZ style guitar.
Yeah.
Do you guys say Z or Z in England?
Z.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, we're on the same page here for once. Anyway, the AZ for the Americans that are here in the chat. I don't know if there's any Americans in the chat or not, other than maybe Deaf World Studios.
Yeah, DW, yeah.
But anyway, I'm not sure if he's still here, but if he is, anyway, we say Zed, and anyway, that was like a different kind of Ibanez. Yeah, 80s BC Rich. I heard those are really good.
Yeah, the 80s BC Rich were absolutely phenomenal.
But yeah, I played. It was one of the higher priced Ibanez Prestige RGs with the EMGs and the Edge Low Pro. I'm like, oh, that feels like my Ibanez RG 570 so much with a different neck, but modern specs. I'm like, don't buy it. Because even with 13% tax versus 15 here, I need to get that on a plane home. And then number two, I came back to a nice property tax bill, so I can have this lovely room to talk to you guys in, and sleep somewhere at night that's not the street. And so I'm glad I didn't buy any of them. It's gonna have to just wait a little while. I was really hoping this year that I would be in a place where I could get something like that. Also, Mike Brunt, Fireside Guitars, also has me convinced we should just build a music craft one or around a neck and maybe put like a Goto Floyd or something on it, because I've played some of Mike's music craft builds, and holy crap, they are phenomenal Stratocasters. Phenomenal.
I keep toying with the idea of getting one of these kits and building one from scratch. I mean, I've Christ, it was right at the beginning of the channel, so 5 years ago, I got it was a really cheap Strat copy. And I basically just ripped it apart because I got it from a local pawn shop. Not that type of pawn, you dirty bastards. It weren't working, so I got it for, I think I paid a tenner for it, £10. I put new pickups, new tuners. I sanded it down back to wood. For what I paid for it, it's not a bad guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, I called it the Shitecaster. Well, there's a guy up. Well, he's from Scotland. CS Guitars. He did a video series a few years back called the Shite Paul. So it was basically a tribute to his Shite Paul. So I called it a Shitecaster.
Yeah, that's Colin, right? CS Guitar.
Colin's top dude. Speak to him every now and again.
Oh, do you? Okay, cool. I've never spoke to him, but his channel's been good. I liked his channel.
Oh, yeah, I do like Colin's channel. I would like to get him on a stream at some point. But
yeah, that'd be cool.
I know that guy is absolutely super busy all the time.
I mean, especially if he has another job too on the side or something like that. Like, actually, like for a lot of us, it's your main job. I heard a good thing once. I was on somebody's YouTube video. I think it was one of Glenn's. Somebody's like, he did this as a job, but the guy says, he goes, if you want to do this as a job, make sure you have a successful spouse. Yeah, so I have to be all the things in my case. So
absolutely. We were talking about this earlier. I mean, yeah.
I met a Twitch streamer. He's doing okay in the Twitch game. There last Sunday, we ended up hanging out for a bit. Actually, because I know his wife and work with his wife a little bit, and they live up in different provinces and stuff. We were all at the same show. His name is Ben Simon, and he's doing okay on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who I mean?
Yep. Ben G. Simon, yep.
Yeah, Ben G. Simon. Anyway, I ended up hanging out with Ben G. Simon last week and stuff. And
it's a small world.
Absolutely. Well, G, he's on Twitch as well. Twitch.
Gaming though.
Ben, I haven't really caught much of Ben's streams, but anyway, I ended up hanging out with Ben. Yeah, he's a really good player. But yeah, so we were just chilling there last week for like an hour or two before the show. We all got some poutine and stuff, and I don't really know the dude. I can't really say I know him, but I have hung out with him and stuff, and and it's definitely one of those things. Like, you need somebody if you want to do this full time and whatnot. Like, you need somebody to help do that. And like in the reality's case, like, I live by myself and stuff. I have to remember that I didn't invest in this. This is a hobby. The rest of it, and it's funny. I actually really like this as a hobby, and being able to do this like now, and I'm here with you guys and stuff, makes me realize that it's totally worth putting the time in and doing that stuff and doing work. Because if I didn't do it, I would never be here. You know.
Well, there's three Canadians that I watch on Twitch. There's Ben Simon, Mike Shreds, and Nega Greer.
Oh yeah, we went across to Nega, didn't we, the other night?
They are Mike Shreds on Twitch. He's phenomenal. He does like he's just a one man stream. You know, he's plays along the covers, but he does his own stuff as well. But he's a guitarist and singer, and he's got like Devin Townsend range.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Oh, he's phenomenal. There you go, Jenny. I got Jenny watching him as well.
Nice.
But yeah, he is really good as well. He's around I think he's around Toronto area. Same with Greer. Yeah, they're really good guys to watch as well. Greer's a bass player. Mike's
I enjoy watching his stream on the night.
Mm-hmm.
When we went across. I think we only cut last half an hour we recorded it.
Yeah. Greer does mostly rock. Well, it is all rocksmith. But Mike's he just sits and learns every track that he plays, and he's got something. He has a song list that you can request from, and it's something like 600 to 700 songs that he's actually memorized. He's actually memorized and learned and memorized in case anybody requests it.
I can't remember things that I've known for years. I put my guitar in my hands. I'm like, oh god, I'm terrible.
I remember like when I was gigging, I would always have to have the lyrics because I was like my main focus was at that time was the bass. So I was more concentrating on the bass, so I had to have the lyrics there in front of me so I could remember what the fuck I was singing. he's remembering like 600 to 700 songs, lyrics and guitar.
I mean, I can remember certain riffs for plenty of songs, but knowing the full song is a different skill altogether.
And a lot of the songs he does as well, he's memorised even the solos.
Well, there were a local band we went to see. I went to see Donkeys years ago. I mean, this is going back to the early 90s. They weren't a metal band, but they were doing sort of like rock covers. So your typical working men's club band. And they did a cover of Parisian Walkway.
Nice.
And I'll tell you what, that guitarist were absolutely amazing. Note for note, even the solos, note for note, perfect.
Well, it is one of those songs you've got to learn the solo. You've just got to learn the solo. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just not the same song.
It weren't G that were gagging.
No, it never is. Giggity.
Oh.
All right.
Do it,
partner. Keep on rolling, baby. Sorry, I was responding back to my mom. I'm chatting with my mom right now. She's like, well, your father doesn't want to do this, but can you do this in the morning? I'm like, yeah, sure. That sounds like a good time. I want to just, live my life. I can't live in the house all the time. I haven't lived in the house enough either. So,
well, it's like us. Tomorrow we're off to a guitar show. So
I've never gone to a guitar show in my life, which sounds weird. But
well,
it's just none around. I should just like hop on board with Kevin. Just go to NAMM this December or January. I should do it, but I got to find a way to get in. I got to grow this channel. I really got to grow this fucking channel so I can actually do some of this stuff.
There's nothing wrong with my dirty laugh. Oh man, yeah, 1 year. At least 1 year. I'd love to go to NAMM 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm on the fence because it's just like some of these just life situations. I'm like, I gotta watch that because it's a lot of money for me to go. I'm not gonna drive there. I'm just gonna fly in, but it's like bucks and this place.
What we thought about doing is combining it with a full trip across North America.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I've never been on the West Coast ever in my life either.
No,
so
I've been to the States once, down to Florida, but that's the only time I've been to the States. But
I've never even gone.
I'd love to do the full Route 66.
That'd be cool.
That is an ambition I would like to do.
Yeah. Don't drive on the left side of the road.
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. But I'd like to do that to go. Right at the moment, the thought of crowds just makes me go, ugh. Like I want to see Metallica. It's a 2-night show in Montreal with Pantera and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, but yeah.
50,000 people a night, that many people, even if it wasn't that, like that many people, and just like not really being in the show so much, but like leaving and the amount of like jamming in the subway cars and all stuff. Like I can handle it. If you like, if you have social anxiety, don't do it. I don't, but it's like, you know what? I'm enjoying just like the peace and quiet and the quieter lifestyle of Nova Scotia than the busy city of Montreal. Amazing city though. I highly recommend that. If you want to go to a big city in Canada, absolutely recommend that one. 100% killer city. You can get by in English, no problem. My French is absolutely abysmal. I promise you that. They say something and I'll be like, "Qu'est-ce que fuck?" Anyway, I learned that from a Newfoundlander. So anyway, somebody's posting on their OnlyFans. Sweet, I'll subscribe later as long as you know more than about $2 a year. And you sinned and went on the Apple store. Hey, don't be bashing Apple stuff. Apple stuff is good. I'm saying that while I'm using a PC, but I honestly love the Apple stuff that I've used. It's been fucking. They're fantastic. Their phone and the iPad and stuff. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I've only ever had one Apple product, and that was not quite right at the beginning of the channel. I mean, the first video I did was on some shitty camcorder, but then I just bought an old Apple iPhone just to get the videos going. And I used that for about 6 to 8 months before I got the Canon camera.
Yeah. I started doing videos again. I remember I did one really shitty one, like a really shitty Canon camera from probably like the early 2000s. It was camera audio really shitty, but I'm like, I need to do a video, just do something. So I did it. When I wanted to do something, I mimed it, but I had an iPhone 6. I think a 6S is what I have. It's actually sitting over there. It still sort of works.
Now, what is
anyway,
but I can't draw.
Jenny, the iPad Pro is awesome. I have an iPad Pro, and they can handle 4K video. No joke. They add it from my Nikon. Yeah, with the M1 chip. Yeah, it can handle it. It actually handles it better than this. But my PC, I have Adobe Premiere Pro, or Resolve, or one of those things. Those programs are just better to work with than LumaFusion. LumaFusion is fine. I heard CapCut's really good. I have CapCut on my phone. Need to fuck with that some more.
I have downloaded CapCut, but I've not really tried it out. I mean, I use Resolve for all my videos.
Yeah. Same. I bought Premiere Pro, but I came back to doing videos, and they were like kind of shitty. But I was using an iPhone, and what I would do, I was kind of like, I didn't have a tripod, but I'm old enough that I have cassettes. So I had an OtterBox on this phone, and what I did is I put the phone in the cassette deck, and I would hold it up there at an angle. So I sit it on this. Then I record the video, manually sitting there syncing it up. You probably have, what's that program called, Jenny? You can put it in the chat. There's one that people use. Yeah. What is it called? Got the new one 2 weeks ago. Please see the logo in the top right hand corner. And that looks really good, Jenny. Yeah. I think that's really good.
You want to check some of Jenny's workout. She's
Jenny, I'll have to follow. Do you have an Instagram? I can follow it.
Yeah, she does a lot of live streams where she's doing artwork. Well, you see the Evil Wizard logo in the
Procreate.
Top.
Yep.
Oh, Jenny did that.
That's it. Procreate. Thank you.
Yes, we do go over and see Jenny. She's over in Liverpool. No matter what anybody says, Liverpool is a good place. We've never had any problems in Liverpool.
There's a Liverpool in Nova Scotia, but I never go to it. But imagine if, why would they call it Liverpool? Did somebody have a pool full of liver or something once over there in England? I mean, it sounds about right.
I don't know.
I have no idea, but anyway, I can't imagine a pool of liver. I do enjoy a meal of liver and onions and bacon. It's really good.
Oh, you dirty bastard.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, liver's gross. I love liver. I eat that and gas bro and stuff.
Well, this is it. We've said this before. Everybody likes what they like.
Yeah, it's like some people eat ass. Oh, that's not appropriate for this stream. I'm sorry.
These have to be done. Be fine.
Anyway, Anyway, as for crowds, Metallica, I went to see. I might as well talk about that a little bit. I went to see Metallica last week. So I saw a grand total of 7 bands when I was in Montreal. Now, a few of those were not part of Metallica, but we went to see. We got tickets last year to go see this Metallica show, and the first night was Mammoth, which is Mammoth WVH Wolfgang Van Halen's band. Yeah, and Wolf. It was them, and then the second band was Pantera, the reunion. Some people don't consider it Pantera. It's a tribute with Rex, Phil, Zach, and Charlie. And trust me, Charlie's awesome. Zach was fun too. And Phil sounded really good. Actually, he was doing.
He is sounding really good.
He was sounding really good.
He sounded better than what he's done for a long time.
Yeah,
and I thought Phil was killing it. The issue I had with that venue is the sound was mixed horrible. You can't. It's concrete shell, so the actual thing is just fucking brutal. Anyway, I was kind of bummed as I was looking forward to seeing Mammoth, but to see Mammoth, I think you'd really need to see them in a small venue because Metallica had this big circular stage. The Metallica stage setup is cool as hell. They got like the drums that go up in different places. The band walks around the whole thing, and I mean it's really neat. But it's just all of a sudden Wolfgang comes out, and all you hear is just drums and some vocals, and the guitars are just a mess in the mix. And it's sad because they sounded good, but they couldn't really command that stage. They didn't really have control over that stage the way, like, obviously, like, that's where I think, like, a small club where you're not that, like, you're only so many feet from him, like, even if you're, like, back away, would fit Wolfgang's set because his music is really good.
I hate to say it, but I wouldn't honestly put it past, maybe not Hetfield nowadays, but Lars, yes, for him to actually say, make them sound shit.
I could see that, too, and I think that's the stupidest shit. Then people do that to bands. Like, wouldn't you be trying to, like, what does it matter if you sound the best in a mix? What's the mix have to do? Make all the bands sound awesome. Like, we're paying to see all these bands. Like, and when I'm going to see Metallica, I don't love Metallica. I like Metallica. I don't love them, but I will go to my way to listen to Mammoth more than I will Metallica these days. And and honestly, like, he sings
There's a lot
so
of
good.
I'd rather go see the Metallica these days.
He can just rip super good, but it was kind of like, and I was so worn out, tired. I'm like, oh my God, they didn't hit a long set. But with a stage like Metallica can command that stage. Like they really have control over that. Like they really do a good job of it. They have mics set up in different places. They have the snake pit, so they're focused on certain parts of the crowd. Yeah, it's been known for exactly. Anyway, it was really, this place also, Metallica sounded okay, but I mean the venue still sounded like shit. What I didn't like about this whole show though is that they couldn't sell the whole floor out like they did back in the day. So they all went to this one spot where we're sitting. There was like this gap, so it felt like I was watching people watch a show, and I was watching it through a screen, which really sucked. And that's the only thing that bummed me about the entire experience of that show is a really shitty mixing. The second night, I really liked Metallica a lot more. Some people were saying the first night Lars is really out of time. I didn't notice that because I was really tired. Whatever people say, the entire 72 season thing is a bore fest. I'm going to just say it now. It was better live, but I'm telling you, I could fall asleep during it. It was the whole thing, that Lux Eterna, the whole thing.
See you later.
Hey, have a good night, Eric.
I haven't liked Metallica since Injustice.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and I like some of the other lighter stuff too. And
I like the odd song, but I just found like Metallica's
I went to see Metallica
first 4 albums on the whole perfect. Yeah, start to finish, great.
Yeah,
and then after Injustice, it was just like
no.
The odd songs good.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I went to see Metallica
not consistent enough.
In early 90s when they first started. It weren't the stage in the round, but it was like that Diamond Head stage.
Diamond, yeah, that was the Black Tour because I sold my ticket because I was disgusted at the album.
I did see him on that tour, and then I think I saw him on the tour after that at Donington, just before that sort of London fucking real more of fucking bullshit of an albums they were. I just could not get into them 2 albums at all.
I will say one thing with this, but Metallica, they play live, is it goes, hey, guys, I'm gonna play a song from your favorite album. They played one from, I don't know what it was, but from Saint Anger. I don't know the name of it, but I just found it funny. Like, okay, they know that people fucking hate this album.
Oh, it would have been the title track.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't that. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Frantic, and it wasn't Saint Anger, but it was a song off that. They were trying to play some deeper cuts too. So I think they did. Overall, like, I really enjoyed the second night. But the best band I saw that entire weekend being in that city was 100% Averst from Boston. I moved Sung Woo Jong. He's a Korean guy, but he lives in Boston, and he obviously grew up in Boston because he's definitely more of a Bostonian in my mind. Considering I've lived there and I see like the way people are, I met him many years ago over there, 11 years ago, and turned out that his band is touring. They're called Versed, and they were touring, playing these little clubs. And I was like, I happened to be there, landing the same day or that morning, and they were playing a little club called Piranha Bar that night. And they blew me away how good that they were. Because like as much as like Metallica has this amazing stage show and all that kind of stuff, they're not hungry. There's nothing to work for anymore.
No.
But seeing these younger bands like that are like in their probably later 20s that like have like the skill set.
I've said this a few times. I'd rather see bands in smaller venues that are still hungry for it.
Yep.
Like they
wanted. We went to see Carcass a couple of months back in this really shitty, proper divey nightclub in Leeds.
Yeah.
And it were absolutely fucking awesome.
I bet that was killer. And that's where I'd like to see more bands like this, like not like these massive venues. Like it's cool because there's an energy to that too. Especially with the crowd and stuff, and it's fun. But we went to see a Versed and got in there, and there was a band opening for them when I got in. It was what a mess of a bar. There's 3 levels of this bar. And the security said the show's downstairs. I'm like, people are like, is that your friend in that band? I'm like, no, I don't know who this is. And it turned out Verse just playing upstairs. I'm like, shit. So I'm messaging Sungwoo. I was like, where are you at, man? And he goes, I'm in the entrance. So I'm at the entrance. I'll see, but he goes, look up. I'm like, what the fuck? This whole bar. He goes, I didn't know. He put it in the Facebook page that this show is up here. So we swapped the money around. They were really cool about that. So we went upstairs, and the other band was playing. They were good musicians. I don't know who they were. They were local to Montreal band. They were really good players. The songs were lacking a little bit, and then a Verse came on, and I was kind of got taught a Sungwoo a little bit because I hadn't seen him in 11 years. How often do you cross paths with people that you met in over another ocean and a whole other continent, and we happen to be in the same room? And it happens. It happens. I've had it happen before, but this time at least it was a little more planned. And they took the stage, and even like their singer Sarah, my God, like they kicked so much ass. I ended up buying a shirt and the whole works. I didn't buy a Metallica shirt. I wasn't paying them that money.
I don't know if she's seen the vlog from it. We went to see the old Wasp guitarist Chris Holmes.
Oh yeah.
We went to see him in this. It weren't even a small venue. It were a pub in Blackpool, and the two. Chris and the 2 support bands were absolutely fucking awesome. It was an absolute awesome night, that was. In fact, that's where I got this cup from. Lemmy's Bar, Blackpool.
Okay.
Matt's got one.
Nice. Yeah.
That was an absolute awesome night out, that was.
Yeah. The weird thing I found about this one crowd, though, is like they didn't go to the front. I went to the front, so I ended up taking my phone. And iPhones now actually take a good concert video as long as things are mixed okay in there. Like it's not like that like you used to get from phones and everybody had like 100 Snapchat stories of the shitty band they went to see. Anyway, I kind of like went around and got like some good videos. I sent them to them. I'm like, hey, like just take these, post them wherever you want. Like I try to make something that look cool for the band, and I try to contribute a little bit. But man, I'm still pumped about how awesome that band was.
Jay.
And like I can't say the same for Metallica. I can't, because those bands just I thought Wolfie's band was killing it. And I this is a controversial opinion here because I don't actually like their music. The other night, the second night of Metallica was 2 different openers, and it was Ice Nine Kills and Five Finger Death Punch. And I'm going to say this. Okay, Ice Nine Kills, I would like to see them in a smaller place too, because they had a lot of good shit happening. They put on an actual like interesting show. The problem is it just felt so far away. I had to watch the screens and hope the camera people went to it. They actually are working real fucking hard. I'm going to give it to them. Controversial opinion, Five Finger Death Punch put on a kick-ass show. Like for like that stage, and Andy James, do you know who I mean? The British guitarist. You guys know who Andy James is?
I've heard of Andy James, yeah.
So he has his own music too. Andy is awesome live with that band. Like he brings a lot to their show. And their singer, like you can say what you want about the music. Like I still think it's like I Hate My coworkers in the construction crew anthems, but and Kyle punching drywall kind of deal. And after he has his Monster Energy drink, like it really does sound like that. But at the same time, like I thought they were fucking really cool. Like they had like as a stage show. I don't know what they're like as people. I don't know. I don't really can't say I really care a ton for their music. They have a few songs that I do like.
Big fan, being a Death Punch fan.
I don't think any of us here probably are, but like it's just saying that. But in saying that, like they knew how to do the stage show. And that's one thing
that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
And that's the same with Averse. They played like to 15 people. They played like they were playing to that stadium, and that's where I think like here's like two pro bands. One has made it. One nobody fucking knows. And anyway, so Averse from Boston. You guys kick fucking ass.
It was like when I was doing the punk. There was a band that we played with, their first ever gig in the UK, punk band from Seattle called The Briefs. These guys were unknown over here, and they've since become quite big in punk. But first gig they done here, there was literally about, you're lucky if there was 15 people there.
That's hard, Jay. That's hard.
And they played like, just like you said, they played like they were playing in a stadium.
That's
the exact same energy.
Where I realized like the big shows they will always have their place, like they're cool, they're an event, but sometimes you got to go out of your way and just check out the smaller ones. I know that sounds cliche and whatever, but sometimes you get just a bunch of local bands with local band ideas and just local band boring.
I mean, it's not even local bands, is it? Just bands that are not playing stadiums, just playing smaller venues.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we went to see Phil Campbell last year.
Oh, yeah?
In a small venue. The ex-Motorhead guitarist played a small venue in Leeds last year. And that was an absolutely awesome gig.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere was electric.
Yeah, I bet. I saw watching an old Pantera video, and it was a live thing that somebody probably did with a camcorder. So it was obviously the 90s because people didn't have phones back then. So it wasn't like the whole phone thing the entire show. People actually watched the damn show. And it was a smaller club. And one comment says, this is the way you need to go see Pantera. It's not some massive stadium. It's like, and it's like mid-sized club where like, it's just the general admission, just, straight up raw metal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of hope that these guys.
If we ever come across to the States again, I'm definitely going to visit Dime and Vinnie's graves.
Oh yeah, over in Texas there. Yeah, I've never been to Texas.
Me neither. But that is something I definitely want to do.
I could see you getting yourself shot.
Probably.
Yeah.
Texas is a different place. It's funny because I just asked to go shooting in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go do that. That sounds like a good time. So, but yeah, it's definitely down there. They can open carry, and here you don't have that kind of thing. That's the big difference between Canada and the U.S.
Nah, same over here. People don't carry guns over here either.
Well,
I mean, they do.
Not officially.
Not officially, they do. It definitely is happening, but yeah, the crime rate is definitely a lot lower here than it is there.
Yeah.
Saying that, I think Texas would be a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of good things down there too to check out, and I think you'd enjoy it. I think the barbecue down there would be kick ass.
Oh yeah.
Actually, funny enough, the last girl I went out with actually was a Texan. So, and but yeah, it's a different world. But funny enough, from where I live to Montreal, it's like a different planet altogether, completely different to where I live too. So I like the quiet place that I do live. It's nice. It's good. It's peaceful here. But I will say this: when you got 50,000 people or more all going to a Metallica show, all in that downtown area and stuff, man, it's bustling. You can tell who's all going to the metal show, and a lot of them want to talk. Once in a while, I'd have people like, I got in an elevator, the hotel, and there's people wearing all Pantera stuff, and we got chatting for a second, but they were from some northern part of Quebec, and they didn't know English. I don't think the guy knew English at all, and she knew some. I don't know about the kid. And I'm talking, I don't think they understood me, and I did not really understand them, but we're just like, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So
that's somebody. The town that I live in, it's a pretty quiet industrial type town. But then sort of 25 minutes either side, you've got a decent sized city. You've got Leeds at one end, Sheffield at the other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's whichever direction we're going, you see plenty of gigs anywhere. And then go an hour the other way, but in the middle of Manchester.
We've one decent venue over here, and that's it.
Yeah.
One of the old Ola members got a hold of me yesterday. His name is Vince Watteau. You ever remember Vince? Sudden Vince? Remember Vince? No. I don't know if you ever met Vince. And I met Vince in the voice chat once. Turns out Vince plays in a band called Sudden Waves, and they're touring here in October. So we're going to go to a venue. And this isn't a great venue, but it's a divey venue. It's called Gus's Pub. And it's always a very rowdy show. Usually the metal shows are always pretty rowdy there. And that's what I like about it too. It's like they're fun, like they're full of energy. I can't get in those pits. I got the glasses hard the back a little bit, but there's a lot of them that get all drunked up, get absolutely nuts in the pit. Yeah. Like that's where you get the death metal shows, but they have this big pillar right in the middle of the freaking pit. And it's such a dive. It's ridiculous. And it's so divey that there's like old people going in during the show. There's just VLTs in there. So all the gambling addicts show up. Why there's like a death metal show on. You can tell who's there for what. They're going straight to the VLTs. They're definitely not there for the metal show. You guys ever see Gorod from France? Okay, or Gorod, I'm not sure how you say it, or Beyond Creation. Do you guys know Beyond Creation?
No.
Okay, they're like that kind of like a prog-ish technical death band from Quebec, Canada. That's where those kind of venues where those guys play. It'd be something like Gus's Pub. And then you got the local dirty Halifax bands and stuff like that. But Gus is an experience. I think that most people, if they're going to go to metal shows here, they should have a couple Gus's Pub experiences because the crowds don't necessarily stay still. If you guys remember Green Jello.
Oh,
funnily enough, we were just talking about them earlier.
Yeah. So Green Jello played here about 4 years ago, and they played this little dive. And they have way too many franchise band members here, so the stage is full. And I ended up doing the puppet show. So I was part of the puppet show this is like right before COVID hit too. And anyway, sorry if that word demonetizes or shadow bans a stream, as it might. It's known as bullshit. Anyway, it's weird what words will do it. But either way, they had all these masks. So, and the reason I say the COVID thing is because at this time, no one heard the words COVID-19 together. It was like that wasn't for another 3 months before that first emerged that was discovered. Yeah. And they had all these masks that you could tell has been used for every fucking show. So they're all out there in the street and like, if you're going to be the puppet show, you can't go back in. I thought I got to go to the bathroom. So I went back in. A friend of mine's like, you got to join the puppets. You're going to join the puppet show. I'm like, okay, we'll join the puppet show. So I ended up getting the Pumpkinhead mask. And the idea was there was going to be some band that played ahead before them. Like it's an unofficial band. They were called Raw D. And they were supposed to suck so much that Green Jello gets them booted off the stage. So Raw D plays this like little set, and then Roddy disappears, and then there's this whole thing. Green Jello sucks, and then somebody helping the band said, "Listen, guys, you're missing absolutely nothing. They're gonna do Green Jello sucks so many times tonight that it's ridiculous." And the idea was And they have this like, it's like, you know, that there's that meme of the hardcore band, the tiny little stage. Well, this is that stage. There's not much to it. And they're like, your idea is once they open the doors, they're like, bring in the puppets, that you're supposed to storm the stage. You just storm it, like just smash through everybody, and then everybody got to jump on the stage. And so we did it, and somehow we all crammed with this like massive band all on the stage, and we had to rock out to Three Little Pigs with Bill. It was really fun. So it was really cool to be on the stage, to be with them, like with all the gear, all that shit. So, and then you had to go around and cause trouble. But after like
Hey, Mike.
3 songs or so, nobody does. You can't wear that mask forever because you don't know what you're getting into. I did find out that they actually do a good cleaning on those masks. Afterwards, I did hear that because I've talked to Arthur from the franchise band a number of times, and good dude. So I do know that they were actually cleaned up, but then because those things would probably cause COVID alone, I don't want to know how many faces that was on before me, but rock and roll.
That's probably a question best left unanswered.
Green Jello was like that show is kind of like the kind of show that your parents don't want you to go to when you're like a teenager, because there's never any part where it's like, oh, you can just stand there. He's just like yelling at the whole crowd. He's like, everybody get down. One guy kept standing up. He's like, get the fuck down. He's like, this is why you don't get laid at shows. And he just starts ripping on the dude, like just fucking going at it. And the only person he did have a sense of when to not do things. One person came in with a wheelchair. He left them alone. He's like, God, I'm not going to bug them. But if you're wearing the mask and you're not close enough to the pit, you get told you're going in the pit. It says, I got yelled at that I wasn't in the pit. He's like, you get in the pit, and like all this stuff, and just mouthing off the whole time. And I loved it. It was really fun. The band that opened for the actual show, there was 2 of them. There's like a death metal kind of thrash band called Path, and then there was a local one, which are hilarious. They're called the Meat Sweats. And they have a shirt, and no joke, it's like says the Meat Sweats, but towards the bottom of the shirt is a sausage, like where it looks like your dick coming up to your pants, and it's like a smiling sausage.
Get that for Daft.
Yeah, they're from, I think they're from Arashad or one of those places here, and they're so funny and they're so weird. Like you get the singer, and he's wearing like a barbecue apron with like the barbecue tools, like the scraper and the flipper and all that kind of stuff. Then there's the drummer. He's wearing lingerie. I don't understand what deal that was. And the bass player, he's playing like one of those Dingwall basses, and he was really good actually. And these goggles. They're just a bizarre group of people, and their whole topic was
G. Come back to G.
Yeah. And I just remember it's like, buddy goes, he's like, so who here in the audience smokes weed? And they're all like thinking they're going to go, yeah. And he's going to be, yeah, you smoke weed. But it wasn't. He goes, you guys shouldn't be smoking weed. You should be smoking meat. And the whole thing. And if their songs aren't about meat, they're about poop after eating too much meat or something. There's this basically a big meat and poop set. It's all it was. And they were fucking hilarious. I loved that show. For a little dive show, that was so much fun.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen some ridiculous shows in your time too.
Jesus. Yeah. Jesus.
Most ridiculous that I saw was the presidents of the United States of America. And they literally did start throwing out peaches to everybody. They did. They actually had like boxes of peaches at the side of the stage, and they started throwing them out to the crowd as they were singing Peaches. And the breakdown with the ding 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 ding. They kept that going while Chris Ballou was chucking out all the peaches to the crowd. And the support act was Reggie Watts.
All right, well, catch you later, bud.
And he was just hilarious. The most surreal comedy I've ever seen in my life, but it was just hilarious because like me and my mate were absolutely wasted. We'd been smoking all day leading up to the gig, because it was like during the Fringe Festival
Yeah.
in Edinburgh.
Oh.
So we went for the day and just decided we were just going to sit in the park and just watch all because some of the acts, like the art acts and the comedy acts, would actually like wander around town and do their shows outside. So we sat in the park and just sat and smoked, threw a frisbee about, and by the time we came to the gig, we were like, like that. And then Reggie Watts comes on and does this surreal comedy, and we're just like, he's talking about alien life forms inhabiting a loop pedal. We're just like,
I've been to a couple of the Lawnmower Death Christmas shows. Oh Jesus, they get a bit fucking. The last one we went to, did it have a Santa's grotto on the stage? They had the Santa's grotty. And I think it was the ex-drummer that were playing Santa. Oh, well, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, Jesus. If you've never been to a Lawnmower Death show, highly recommend it. Oh,
never got that pleasure.
Oh, dude. Oh, you've got to go and watch them. They are absolutely hilarious. They are. Especially for Christmas shows. I think what they tend to do is 1 year they'll do one sort of like either Nottingham or Manchester, because they're from Nottingham anyway.
Yeah.
And then 1 year they'll do London. So they'll sort of alternate it between North and South. I think this year it's in Manchester. Yeah, there you go, Santa's Grotty. I think the first time I went to see him, it was fucking one of the guys that used to be in the band, one of the guitar players. End of the show, he gets his ukulele out and started playing Slade, Merry Christmas Everybody on this fucking ukulele.
Nice.
Absolutely fucking brilliant.
I know they used to play Rock City quite a lot, mate.
Yeah, well, the place that I've seen them a couple of times is just around the corner from the Rock City.
Yeah.
Rescue Rooms.
That's it, Rescue Room, yeah.
I think
that's it's another one of those grotty little places.
It's a proper grotty little place.
I remember being in there.
Atmosphere is awesome.
And it was well over packed. And it was that bad that the ceiling was dripping.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Barrowlands.
Well, that last show, or what it was, I think the last show we went to at Cavalera Brothers before lockdown.
Oh.
But Rock City
there was a band.
Yeah.
Sepultura.
Rock City was
the original Sepultura.
The old Rock City, because it's been done up now.
Yeah.
You used to walk in there, and as you walked in across that, there was like a carpet as you went in. And as you walked across it, you
that sounds like the Barrowlands.
Yeah.
And when it got really hot in there,
used to be an awesome venue.
When it got hot in there, right, you'd come out looking like Marilyn Manson in the rain.
Even if you weren't wearing eyeliner.
So you had black paint going. And yet some of the good nights I've had in there, it's one of them venues.
The old Rock City, proper fucking grotty venue.
Yeah.
That's where I went to see Morbid Angel and Cathedral on the first fucking tour.
It's one of them venues, though. It's a grotty little shithole, but you kind of love it.
Couldn't get more two ends of the spectrum than Morbid Angel and Cathedral, could you?
I don't think I know Cathedral.
This was back in
original
late
Doom,
80s or early 90s.
Oh yeah, I figured they were
Doom metal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Morbid Angel
They're like the death metal band from Florida. Yeah, Trey Azorath or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was when Cathedral would just release the first album, so it was the proper slow doomy stuff.
Yeah, because we were talking about this earlier on. I remember hearing Lee Dorian was doing the vocals for Cathedral, and I used to like everything that Lee Dorian done. back then, so I was like, oh, Lee Dorian's got a new band, Cathedral, and I rushed out, bought the album, brought it home, put it on the vinyl player, and I was like,
exactly, Mike.
Is this slow? That sounds like the wrong speed. So I actually put it up to 78, and I was like, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds more like it. I was wrong. It was supposed to be played at 33, obviously. Yep. It was an LP, so it was just meant to be that slow. Because I remember the very first song, it was just like, jing, 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 jing. It was that slow, and I was like, oh, this is wrong.
What do you think of the band Candlemass? Do you guys like them?
I never got into Candlemass.
Me either. Because I never done the whole Doom thing.
Some of their stuff was actually I liked some of it. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I got into Cathedral, obviously. St. Vitus, I got into a bit of their stuff.
Yeah,
St. Vitus were a good band back in the day.
I would probably give them more of a chance nowadays because, like, back then, I was just blinded by if it's not fast, it's shit.
Yeah.
You know, because death metal was just all about being who's the fastest back then.
I mean, back in the 80s, I were either got to be thrash metal or death metal back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people are still like that now. I ran into a kid there last week at a show. He's got like the all old school stuff, and he only wanted to hear old school Metallica. He only wanted to hear like the old thrash things. I don't think he wanted to hear anything new of like any form in music and stuff. It's like, man, I used to be kind of like weird elitist like that into it. Then I'm like, oh, let's do a Taylor Swift cover. And now that the Eras tour is such a big thing, we really need to just get that cover out into the world because it's a fucking awesome cover. I promise you. It's definitely not a verbatim cover. I will put it to you that way. It's gonna be a lot more rockin' than Taylor, but it's not to take away from Taylor.
I'll tell you a cover that we were listening to I think it was last night actually. Bobby Torres. We'll go back to Bobby Torres. Fucking excellent.
Yeah, Bobby's awesome.
His band, King Kelly. They did I can't remember the name of the song, but they did a Adele cover. Fucking sounded 10 times better than Adele's.
Yeah, I can imagine. If Bobby has something to do with it, I can imagine that it is. Man,
talking to Bobby, come back on the 1st of September. That's the next live stream. We've got Bobby Torres on.
Oh,
that'd be sweet. If you allow me to come on, I'll totally come on and shoot the shit with you.
Absolutely.
Bobby can probably out-talk me. I'm not going to lie. That guy. I talk a lot, and he talks a lot.
It's very close. That was the song "Rolling in the Deep."
Oh yeah.
So, out of fun bands that I have seen out in little venues that were just like ridiculous, there's one. So we get a few different ones here, but Quebec is an eccentric place, and especially like the Montreal region. They're just a different group. There's these guys. Apparently, they all had something to do with the porn industry, and they one of them was the bassist.
We're back to Biohazard now.
What? I don't know. Anyway, they had a band that were called Bukkake or something, and they all wore these big fucking jizz suits. Like these suits looked like they had all like jizz stains on them, and they were and you know what? As much as they were. As ridiculous as they were, they put on a good show. Their music sounded cool. They had some like cool solos and different stuff going on. They were good musicians. They played in a lot of bands, I think, too. At least Matt did. And I've met Matt before, and he's a super, super nice dude. And this is the kind of guy who has like a groupie hanging off him, probably a porn actress or something, but I don't know. I don't know her or anything. But it's like they had the show, you talk to them like most normal dudes, but they had this guy, and he was dressed in a gorilla suit, and they actually did like an actual abortion on stage of this little place.
No way.
It was fucking ridiculous. The band they were nuts. It was amazing. And I would go back to see them again. They opened for Beyond Creation. It was the same bass player was playing in Beyond Creation. At least, I think Hugo's still in Beyond. Beyond was a fucking awesome band live too, and. Oh man, that was a good show. I
don't remember that.
Jenna Tortures. No, I don't know who that is.
Hey, we're nearly up to 1 o'clock. I think we'll. Jesus, 4 hours. We've done well there.
Yeah, sorry for being a little bit late there.
Don't worry about it, dude.
And you know, it was a good time hanging out here with you guys. I enjoy the stream. I feel like I haven't paid enough attention to the chat, but by all means, I like when people get in the chat and something like this. I need to get a stream going on my channel soon too. So maybe Lee, we should actually do that, or a podcast here soon. Come back if you're down with the clown.
Absolutely, anytime.
Down for crossing the Canadian border via the internet, then
so
it'll be the same as this shit. But this is awesome. I love hanging out like this. This is a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you want to say your goodbyes, Brian?
You want me to say goodbye for the whole stream for everybody else?
No, we'll go around everybody. We'll start with you first, Brian.
All right. Well, see you.
Matt.
No, you guys have a good night.
Time for me. Yeah. Thanks for turning up, guys. Yeah, be boring without you. So yeah,
absolutely.
Off you go, Duke.
Yep. Cheers for having us again. Nice meeting you, Brian.
Yes,
and
Big G.
Sure, we'll be meeting again.
Yeah, we should meet again too. You can follow me on the socials and stuff. I'll follow you back and stuff.
Absolutely.
Cool. Matt, you gotta. I don't think I follow you on any of the socials. Do you even have the socials? Where are your socials?
Yeah, not really.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll be on the stream again.
You perhaps don't want to follow Matt.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going to be over on Nick's channel, Slightly Buzzed, over on Twitch, very shortly, doing Jackbox games. If anyone wants to come along, play along.
I think I'm gonna be taking off here. Probably play a little guitar, get to sleep. Stupid me had that like iced coffee. There's still ice cubes in this mug. I put it in my metal mug. I'm like, wait, that can't go in the microwave. That just ain't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks for coming, Brian. Always
thank you.
With your own dude.
Yeah. No, I enjoy these streams. This is a lot of fun for me today. So.
Absolutely. And anybody that's watching on the replay, leave a comment. And keep it loud, keep it heavy.
Next up, a pedal review.